Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Off the Thread. I'm Jacqueline and I'm your host. Today I have a special guest, a close friend of mine. This is Seun right here, everybody.
Hi. Hi, I'm Shun. Oh my god, it's so lovely to be here.
Okay, so thanks for joining me on today's episode.
You're so welcome, baby.
Yeah, so do you want to introduce yourself to?
What do I want to say about myself? Hi, my name is Shun. Just Shun from Queen Charlotte. Just George. But yeah, I create content sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most times. But I want that to be my full-time job, but unfortunately, capitalism. So yeah, that's me.
So
Really.
you guys go check out on IG later. She'll include our details here. But thanks for joining me on today's episode. I hope it to be a good episode.
It should be nice. It's not me. Stop that rubbish.
Okay, I hope so. So you know how it goes. So we're reading stories and then reacting to them, and we're giving advice if we can, or whatever. But
My forte.
but that's how it goes. So we're not gonna waste any time. I think we're just gonna dive in. I think I have some good stories.
We will see now.
I hope.
We'll find out.
I hope.
Don't go and put us kind of acrimony kind of story. Make a no vex for you for now. Okay.
I hope I don't disappoint. Oh, that's why I watched it again recently.
Yes.
Okay.
I know very annoying too.
Yeah, it was annoying. And it
was
wasn't on my
annoying.
side. I thought it was going to change.
Oh!
It wasn't on my side. It was a different outcome. I was like, oh, no, the guy didn't do anything wrong.
I just knew it was going to happen. I just knew it was going to happen.
It was like, the guy did anything. Let's look at it without any emotion.
I just knew that was going to happen.
He didn't do anything wrong. Gave her 10 million.
Mm.
He was very generous.
Okay.
That's what all guys say. So annoying. So annoying. Okay, so let's dive in. So the first story is coming from Relationship Advice. It was posted 5 months ago. My 34 female husband, 30 male, said I wasn't attractive enough to cheat on him.
I don't understand.
So our husband said that she's not attractive enough to cheat on him. Like,
To be fair, I see that, but please proceed.
what? No, there's no attraction when it comes to cheating. What?
No, it's just that sometimes there's some people that you just don't rate.
I guess. But
So clearly, it doesn't rate her.
yeah,
Clearly.
and it's supposed to be our husband. Interesting.
All this
But
pity
let's
marriage.
find out. My husband is gorgeous. Everybody says so. I
Precisely.
consider myself pretty but unremarkable. What's this woman? My features aren't exactly supermodel material, but I do the best I can with what God gave me. I have nice skin thanks to skincare, a decent body thanks to the gym, and so on. But compared to my husband, I might as well be a troll. Damn. Even my own mom thought my husband must be gay and be closet or hiding sketchy things because of how much more attractive he is than me. It is the first thing people notice when we're out. I've had women flirt with him right in front of me, and I've had 2 girls I know try to get with him behind my back.
Wow.
Even I question why he's with me sometimes. Screaming
Self-esteem
insecurity.
issues, bruh.
Damn. I'm insecure about it, but my husband has always said that he loved me and thought I was beautiful and to not listen to other people. Yesterday changed everything.
Of course.
I bumped into an old boyfriend from college. We parted on good terms, and it turns out he's doing very well for himself in his career. I'm looking to change jobs, and I'm pretty decent at what I do. We exchanged LinkedIn. There was nothing inappropriate about our conversation, and I would have no problem if my husband was there to hear it. My husband started an argument the minute I came home. He said he read through my LinkedIn message and swore my ex was flirting with me. I said it wasn't. My husband then made fun of my ex's looks, and it was some of the cruelest things I've ever heard him say.
Oh God, pretty boy is terrible.
I told him to stop and that we could talk when he wasn't acting this way. He said that if that guy became my coworker and I cheated on him, then He said that if that guy became my coworker and I cheated on him, then he scoffed and said, "You're not attractive enough to cheat on me, not enough to keep me." I was speechless.
Hey, disregard, complete and utter disrespect.
What?
Hey, God,
He
I
then
beg.
slammed the door to our bedroom and locked me out for the night.
Locked you.
What kind of marriage is this? What kind
God
of marriage?
forbid, you don't marry monster.
I went to sleep on the sofa and woke up tucked into bed. So he went to carry her.
After the show. No.
I can vaguely remember him waking me up. Today it was incredibly sweet and kissed me
Of
before
course.
going off to work. I can still remember the play-by-play of what happened, but it's like my memory was outside of my body. I've actually never heard him say something like that ever. I feel so upset and uncomfortable. What do I say to him? How do I just ask him what he was thinking and what possessed him to say the things he did and if he really meant them?
It was clear what he was thinking.
That's the end.
He doesn't rate you.
At all.
It does, like...
Why would you say that? Even though, maybe not even to your wife, but like to anybody, why would you say
That's the thing about pretty boys, yeah? If a pretty boy knows that he's pretty, he's a very stupid person. Like, he just go up and down, flexing the fact that, because you know that girls will always want them. They will always, people will always like give them favor because they're pretty. So because of that, everybody, other person is trash, right?
But still, no, now you can be pretty and don't know.
It's real. Pretty boys that know, not that you don't know, you know that you're pretty. They're badly behaved. Badly behaved.
Well, this is an example right here because this is just bad. This is terrible. And it's like she said, he has never done something like this. I feel like there must have been signs that she probably.
He has thought it now. Of course, and see, a family already even thinks that he's pretty.
Exactly.
So the ego, like he's like, you know, like at the end of the day, you're not even.
Why he even maybe picked her to maybe like get married to her, maybe like
because she can never
wanted to always
be on top. It's an ego thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's an ego thing.
It's possible, to be very honest.
Maybe just like picked up, it's like, oh no, this one.
She's
just
been innocent.
So
they'll take all the attention. He loves the attention. He wants it.
Yeah.
And now that he sees that the thing that he did not consider, somebody else is like,
exactly.
What rubbish? What not? I'm like, you're not even pretty enough.
Exactly. Like,
because
you can't cheat on me.
She gets.
You don't even deserve me, but I'm with you. So
I'm gorgeous. What are you? You are a true.
You can't
that is
cheat
it.
on me.
But
these girls can't cheat on me. What do you mean? Do you see me? Yeah.
I know that's terrible. Like, if you're going to spend the rest of your life with somebody, I think that's, I don't know. You should at least think of them as an equal, because clearly she's not equal to him.
She's not equal to him. He doesn't see her like that.
No, at all. She's like, beneath me.
I'm just like, how is it that like this is the first time she's seen this side of him? How?
Nobody's ever approached her now. Apparently. This kind of thing. This kind of thing.
But then she said she has what I don't think she's actually true because she has banging body, she has nice skin.
But apparently compared to him, he's a god. I
feel like she's just too insecure and it's probably maybe from like hearing things from even maybe her family, like from people that she maybe like trust the most. It's like, oh, if they can say this, then I have to be ugly. Do you understand? Like, but like if they tell her that no, what you look good, she would have some confidence. I guess. No,
but sometimes you know when somebody is actually more fire than you. I cannot lie.
No, of course you would know, but like still, you can have that confidence that it might be fine, but like I can still stand my ground. Because
he's gorgeous, so she feels like she was able to, keep a Greek god. So in the process of keeping a Greek god, you have to like, I don't know, drop your values. So
you don't have to.
He's a god. Who are you? He's like Zeus, man. You are what? A puny human. No, you have to kneel down and respect the gods. That is it.
That is it. Okay, so let's just take some comments here. But wait, do you think that the guy is like projecting, like this one that he's saying that you cheated or like he's flirting with you, or so like he's basically saying that like or that they're flirting with each other? But do you think he's projecting? Do you think he's feeling that way because maybe he's doing some shit? And again, how did he just go through our LinkedIn so quick? Like out.
Maybe they have that kind of they have that kind of relationship where they go through each other's stuff. I don't know. She did not elaborate on that. But what I say, could it be cheating? It's possible, to be very honest.
He said, she said 2 girls have been trying to get to with him. They're in her back. What if he actually did something with those girls?
It's possible, but the thing is, we can't tell. We don't know. It might actually not be. It might just be.
Because it just came out of nowhere. Why would you just?
It might just be offended that this girl that I'm managing. Oh Lord, have mercy! You want to cheat on me with this person? Me that I'm a god. You are what? Stop that rubbish. You better come back to your senses. Let me remind you where you are, who you are. You are beneath me. You are not above me. No, real though. Like you have to put her in a place. You have to check her.
That place that like, man. Do you know what you have?
Do you get like? Do you see me? Stop it. Do you get? You lose me now. They want me outside.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So let's just take some comments. So the first one here says, as a therapist who has worked with some couples impacted by infidelity, I'm going to tell you two things. One, there is no pretty privilege when it comes to infidelity. Yeah, because like anybody can cheat. Attractive people get cheated on every day. Unattractive people cheat every day too. So your husband stands that you are not attractive enough to cheat on him and that he's safe because he's attractive is nonsense. Two, your husband knows you. He knows your insecurities and he knows what buttons to push. He knows you struggle with self-confidence and he saw the opportunity to poke at your soft spot. And he went right on ahead and jabbed at it anyway. Part of marriage is being vulnerable with your partner about your insecurities. And he took that and had zero hesitation to use that against you in an argument. To me, that says a lot about your partner. The wound he created with his careless words is twofold. Not only are you questioning the attraction between the two of you, but you're also questioning the ability to be vulnerable with your own husband about your insecurities going forward.
Well, valid though. Actually, very valid. Valid. I don't like when I tell somebody something and then in a moment of you will not use it again. It's like now me fuck up.
Exactly.
Now.
Like, why
God.
You know, so it's like anytime I tell you anything, you're just gonna keep saving it
for when you need it. Boom, boom. You just told me boom, boom.
Exactly. That's totally that. Another person says our husband sounds insecure as hell. Another person said seems like he's projecting. There's someone said under that. That's why I said projection at its finest. It's probably gotten with those two girls that OP said as trying to get
what you said.
I don't care how fine he is. He said all that. It's ugly as fuck.
Fair.
Actually, yeah. If you have terrible big girl, yeah, it
Fair.
should be ugly. I agree projection, but not is cheating. It's got women train themselves that it's fake and no one's that good to hide it that long. It's either that every interaction he sees is a flirt and so everything is a no, or he's been cheated on before and so intentionally dated someone not as hot so he wouldn't have to do with it again.
You have many things, man.
Not an angle.
Yeah, it's possible.
So that's why I said like he probably chose her. He probably like, oh, this one.
That's what I'm saying. So her not trying to like
enough.
Talking to it's like me. I'm saying
it probably feels safe in the marriage.
Stop.
Like, no, she's not fine enough.
She can't. She's grateful for me.
Yeah.
She's doing like thank you, sir, for marrying me. So, she can't cheat on me.
That's on that angle. But this guy sounds terrible, man. Like why do you have to say all of those things?
He did not handle it well.
And also saying those things about like our ex, trying to bring the guy down too. Why?
I don't know. Guys, some guys are like that. Actually, I told about that situation with you shall not be named that. Yeah. So, and I was like, I had to cut him down. Like, you're not even that. Because you're not even, stop that rubbish. Like, come on, release yourself. Yeah, what do you think you are? Yeah, let's waste time to give it to people what's hot. What do you think this is? Stop that rubbish. I don't know. Some people just want to like say, oh, this person is not that. But are you all that? You know, are you all that?
True.
Oh, please. But he feels like it's actually all that. So,
and because he keeps sharing it, and because he hears it from even like girls' family. So, man, what else are you talking about? Nobody compares to me.
It's an ego thing, man.
Another person I said, this is an excellent observation. When I was younger, everyone always talked about my beauty. I was stared at all the time. It was like a reprieve of someone who wasn't acting attracted to me. In some ways, you grow into it. In others, you don't. You think all people have double motives. They can't simply just want a friendship. They want to sleep with you too. It doesn't feel like arrogance or a curse. You internally question every person's motives because even family members have tried to bind you. What? Now, other people like my father would say, men are just after one thing and it creates caution view. Our husband must have the same mentality. He must think this man can't just want to exchange LinkedIn info for no reason. Who actually just networks any longer. LinkedIn is just a social media hookup app now. It was a complete birth to the OP. However, he probably hoped to call her into avoiding a scheming man, and for all we know, he may be right.
So, she's siding with the guy?
Yeah, she's saying that maybe like he sees all men as just wanting to go after the same.
Well, I understand that perspective, but she did not give a balanced one. You don't know the fact that the guy said those things, right? I understand you may feel those ways, like that way rather, and try to like stop your wife from falling into a trap. But there are better ways to handle it.
Exactly.
This is what they are married to. Like, not talk shabbily. Like, do you think that's the best way? How come I say, oh, kissed her before I went to work?
Was like, all is
oh no, that fight we'll still fight them. You will come back and come and eat those words.
And then locking her out of the room. What's
like
that?
That's so childish.
Is it like his house or something?
No, maybe they share like a room now. So he said, "They're not sleeping here tonight."
But like, it's like the house in his name because like, why would you lock her out of?
Well, anybody can lock. Usually, it's typically the girl that does that, but this time around they switched.
lock
So
the person out of the
you say,
room.
I don't want you to sleep here tonight. Go away. I don't want to see your face. I want to in the American anyway. I don't want to see your Oh well.
Everybody is just they're just
And there's no updates here. That's it. That's
that's
the
the
end.
annoying thing. I actually checked the person's profile. She never made another post about it. So she never told us, oh, we had a conversation and these are events. She just posted it and then ran away.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry for
Well, yeah,
should be
it's
okay.
It's whatever. Okay, do better. Do better, okay?
Hope you do better.
Yes.
Like for the husband,
For the husband and update your posts.
Okay. This kind of thing.
Okay, so the next story. Okay, so the next story is coming from AITA. Am I the asshole? It was posted 3 months ago. Am I the asshole for having second thoughts about marrying my fiance after a drunk comment?
Valid though. That's what he said.
Not sure why I'm even here. Guess I'm still trying to process what my 27 male fiance drunkenly admitted to me 30 female last night. For context, my fiance, who I refer to as Alex, and I have been together for just under 2 years and got engaged in December. Everything has been a blast since the day we met, and we keep surprising each other with just how awesome of a couple we can be. Last night, we had a special date night for New Year's planned, where we dressed up like ballers from 1970s and bowled our asses off for a few frames until we decided on a winner. During the 5 games, we ended up drinking 2 of those beer towers, about 7 beers each altogether. What?
Did you drink?
It's not a big drinker, so it was a little more than tipsy when we decided to call it a night and head home. We live really close by, so we walked to and from the bowling alley since we figured we were going to be drinking. On that 15-minute walk home, it was doing the usual mushy, I love you, and other cute little things. It tells me while eating. Things took a bit of a turn when he started talking about how much he enjoys our sex. He's always told me that we have amazing sex and that he can't get enough. But in his drunken state, he told me something different. Yeah, the third best I've ever had.
Hey, third best. My God, why are you counting it?
I stopped walking for a second and just stared at him in disbelief. Alex just looks at me, giggles again, and then kisses me, thinking he was just saying that on purpose to agitate me a bit like he does, but not really mean it. I laugh it off, and we keep walking. Once we get home and sit on the front porch, he brings it back up. I really don't mean it though, babe. You're amazing, but I have had better before you. Why are you saying this?
What?
Why?
Hey, any point point they say the stupidest things, man.
I was as confused as I was mad, embarrassed and offended at all the same time. I asked him what the hell he was saying to me and if he was being serious. He started crying and told me that he had a one-night stand before he met me with some woman that was like a sex goddess. He also mentioned a past fling with a guy when they were both
In
teenagers
college,
and experimenting
of
with
course.
drugs. Both of these confessions took me completely off guard because he never, in our time together, mentioned anything about being bi-curious or anything like that, let alone promiscuous sex. My commitment
Promiscuous. Alright. What does that mean?
I guess the one-night stand.
Promiscuous. Okay.
My commitment to Alex is starting to change now, though, and I've been unable to look at him all day and avoided him. I'm having second thoughts about following through with a marriage if you always think of me as a third place prize. Even if I did think there was something about Alex that wasn't as good as past relationship, I wouldn't openly tell him that I thought it was as hot, that it wasn't as hot, handsome, has a small dick, etc. That just seems kind of mean and feels a little malicious or petty. Am I the asshole for reconsidering the engagement?
Well, first of all, please, is she a prude?
Well, I wouldn't say she is. I guess it's just a thing of like, well, we've been together for a while and you never mentioned all of this.
I get, but like the way she's saying, oh, like skinny con sex, promiscuous sex, baby girl, people do these things. Like, are you a prude? Maybe that's why I didn't tell you.
Maybe.
Because you judge him because you're that's very judgmental as far as I'm concerned.
True.
But apart from that, of course, I'm not siding with the guy or anything. But like he was drunk. People say these stupidest things.
But does that
when they're
mean
drunk.
that
But,
like he meant it or?
well, it probably meant that's just the truth. They say the stupidest things that they will never tell you, but it's actually true. So she is the third best, right? I understand that
But
him
it's so
ranking
crazy
it.
that like the first and second, or what's one of the first and second is what's in with a guy.
Yes, and the
How
one
do
night
you
stand.
rank that
It
as?
must have been very exciting. You know, they say that
Yes.
same gender, they know each other's bodies very well. You understand? So it's possible that like it was they found the prostate. You get they achieved G-spot orgasm. So yeah, you can't beat that. I think that personally men are supposed to be gay because
Men are supposed to be gay.
yes, I think that's why it's easy for when men become gay, we can't really come back because once you've achieved the G-spot orgasm from the prostate, you can't go back to the regular orgasms. You've reached God level.
But still, it feels like a lot of effort to really do that because like you just can't go into the ass hole. You know, it takes a lot of preparation. So
Yes, no,
like
but it is worth it. That's what they're trying to say because they said
effort, man.
leg used to shake from that pee. Like, do you understand? Like how babes feel it, but these guys guys are feeling like it's not comparable to regular G. So maybe that's what happened during that interaction. It's like, and it probably has never experienced that again. So of course that's number one.
I guess.
To understand the reasoning behind that. Then the number two babe that the one night stand said she was a sex goddess, right? And sometimes when you've only had sex with somebody for like one time and it was really good, you're stuck with that memory of you get
so does that mean that he's been thinking about it all through like in being with this babe?
No, I guess I don't know, you just occurred to him that or maybe as like that's always occurred to him. But you don't really need to voice it.
That woman, that girl.
It's normal if you actually sit down and you think about your experiences, you can actually rank them if you want.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't think it's something you should say.
Which is why I have to put in the fact that he was drunk. Because if he was sober, he would not say that.
But that means he's been thinking about it.
Of course he has.
Been like on his mind.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't know why he felt the need to say it. Honestly, I understand the babe's perspective. Like, why are you even telling me? Because I don't want to know. I know that I will probably not be your best, but don't tell me to my face. Don't do that. But again, like I said, he was drunk, so he was just saying things. He was being vulnerable.
Just wrong time.
Yeah, but I don't think even if like it was sober and he said that kind of thing to her, I don't think she would take it.
I wouldn't say it.
Yeah, fair.
I wouldn't say it.
But now she's considering like the marriage because of baby girl, you were a prude. No, real, because I don't think that this is reason enough to want to call off your wedding. Yeah, have a conversation.
I feel like you have a conversation. Yes, like, don't just say, "Oh, I'm thinking in marriage now," or whatever.
Because like, you had sex experiences. That's why you should. So you fashion everything.
Number three, and then she now said that she wouldn't tell him that he has small dick. So does that mean that she's also thinking about it?
So I mean, she have things you want to say in your moment of meanness, but you're keeping it to yourself. Maybe one day she's drunk, she might actually say those things. That's just things happen when you're under the influence of alcohol. So, but considering like calling of the marriage based on that. Baby girl, do you really like this man? Do you like this man?
Have a conversation about it, and you know.
And I think it's probably just going to reassure her, like, oh no, blah 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 blah. But like, it's not even.
Might not be that deep.
Calling off the marriage. You want to be his number one. I'm so sorry, but you will not always be number one.
True. That's
she's even in top 3, so she's not even happy.
Yeah, she's top 3, but she's number 3 though. She's not like
top 3. She tried. Well, based on the experiences, she tried though. But it means that out of all like these experiences with most maybe regular people, she's been the one that stood out. Like, do you understand?
Aside the guy and then the one
I stand. So she tried. Everything is just a matter of perspective, right? Just think about it. I just realized I'm actually the first babe on this show.
Oh, that's true.
First babe.
Oh my god, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's nice. I always thought it would have been the other babe that would be the first babe.
Hey, yeah. Too bad. I beat her to it. Yay!
Wow. Okay, so let's take some comments.
Alrighty.
So the first comment here is not the asshole saying it once was asleep, twice was deliberate. But it was still drunk. It was not like
it was so bad.
And then he still said it. It was still like
it was still in the same
minutes. He still said it. So
wow.
What do you mean?
All those prudes on the internet. People can't take a joke anymore.
Another person says, like, why even double down on that? Another person says, it sounds more like he wanted to unleash the truth, but didn't want the repercussions of doing it while sober. Now you can say he was just drunk.
People are very harsh in this comment, so nobody's even thinking like me.
I say nobody on Reddit always tries to say, oh, just talk about it. It's like, oh, you have issues, leave that person. They are always so quick to tell you, run away.
What? It's not that serious, so you look at it logically. It's not even that serious.
Another person says, yes, in a solid relationship, this should have looked like a loving conversation about things he'd like to try with his fiancé without mentioning it's inspired by previous experiences. But he's not mature enough for that conversation. He got drunk and confessed it instead. He's hoping it'll up your game.
Wow. They just look at the negatives in this thing. Like,
Yes, but I don't really think it's like he had like an ulterior motive to say, oh, because I did this with this person, I was like mind blowing.
Yeah.
So I want you to think about doing it with me. Might not really be that.
they're even making it seem as if he got drunk so he could just tell her.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I
what?
don't
Which
think-
kind
I
of?
don't think
Is it that serious? That
it's not,
it's
it's
such
not
a.
that deep. It's not that deep.
That means the babe must be really terrible for me to go and get drunk. Just tell
Yeah,
her.
just tell her.
That marriage
Are you
is-
trying to say that they can't have an honest conversation with each other?
No, that's not good. I know.
That these people are not. That's why I say Reddit. They don't always like people staying together. They are happy when you say you run away.
All these sad people on the internet. Oh my god, misery
They are
loves
happy when
company.
you break your relationship, because anytime you go on Reddit to say, "Oh, I need advice," or "My boyfriend or my husband did this," they're telling you, "My girl, run."
Wow.
That's the next thing.
And get people on
They
Reddit
want
taking
everybody
advice from these
to-
people.
I don't know why people still come to Reddit to like ask for advice. Like, don't you have friends or family? But like, it's good for us to like good content, you know. Yes, but like, what about your friends? What about your family? Like, ask them first now. For Redditors will always tell you, leave the person. They are not ready for you guys to have.
But you've had like some stories where they were not so bad in the comments.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's real.
Wow. God, I beg.
And that comment says, it sounds like something you'd say if you wanted to get out of your engagement but don't have the cujons to do it.
Oh my god, this is enough. Do you know?
Why are they making it seem like the guy is trying to leave the relationship now?
Because he said somebody is third best. Oh my god, that is not even ground for even like ending an engagement. They go pay you, but like it is not like, if you look at it in the entire scheme of things, like you look at the person as a rounded person. The person has like so many qualities. Because it's definitely the reason why she's marrying him.
Yeah.
Then because he
Exactly.
said that's not the reason. The only thing you want to say, people
Or
now.
could it also be that like she also mentioned that like she never knew that it was bi-curious. So does that mean that like she feels like, oh, since he's been with a guy, maybe
It's a problem.
it's a
Prude.
problem?
I think I'm saying they prude. I've seen it already.
Problem.
Maybe that's why you didn't even tell her.
Yes, because they probably didn't like. Oh, no,
This
like,
father,
something to
she goes
this
come
one,
out.
she'll run away.
Oh,
She's
no.
like, no, I'll keep it to myself.
She's
Wow.
definitely a prude. It chose the wrong time to be vulnerable for trying to be
I
vulnerable anyway.
swear.
Or-
Just
It can, I don't think, but based on the fact that well, establishing that she's probably a prude, there'll probably never be a right time. Based on that conversation.
And I feel like it keeps thinking. That means it probably can't even have like a honest conversation with her. Maybe like about even like their bedroom experiences, and like you can't say, oh,
let's
maybe
explore
we
whatever.
can try this
Yeah,
or whatever,
because-
like she might just be like, what do you mean?
Promiscuous sex. That thing is still ringing in my head.
You don't put
Promiscuous
things
sex.
up your ass.
Like, are you?
What? Why would you want to do that? Actually, you're not gay.
Maybe they shouldn't need to, because sometimes at the end of the day, sex is a very, very big deal. Even if people downplay sometimes, it's a very big deal. If they're not sexually compatible,
It's a big problem.
it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she's looking for missionary position. That is what she wants.
Shame.
Oh my god.
Another person says, I know, right? So replying to the last comment, I know, right? Just wow. So she's what? One step above the consolation trophy. You didn't get to unsay that. Never mind not being able to unhear it. OP honey, I'm sending you huge healing hugs and wishes for you to find your strength and walk away from these assets.
Are they all girls? Because who hurts them?
Another says, yeah, everything was going great. So now that Alex thinks it's got her locked into the relationship, he's starting the process of grinding her self-esteem down with humiliations. The mask just started to slip. What are they talking
What? Like,
about?
is it the same story that we read?
What are they
It's like
talking
they do
about?
A to Z, like two different
Like,
things.
they're just adding things, adding their own layers. Because like, it's yes, it's not a nice.
It's not a nice thing to hear, but it's not enough to say.
It's not enough to say.
That's the end.
That's the end. That
Like,
a third burst.
So that's why they was asking, when did we break up? He told me I was
He told
third.
me I was third best.
God.
And never told me that he had a one night stand or he has had things. up
Oh
his
my
ass.
god. This is even like, she can even address it differently. I say, okay, is there any reason why like you didn't tell me? Like, do you feel like I'm not open enough?
Like,
This is like,
you already thinking about ending the whole relationship and calling off the engagement. It's like, have you even tried to talk to this guy?
because I'm sure she did not write this stuff on the night that this thing happened. Probably later. So I'm at the point that she read this thing, she has still not had a conversation about this.
Yes, and she probably.
You're not ready,
It's
oh.
like, why are you thinking about cutting it off without even trying to talk to him about it? Like, find out where he's coming from. Find out why he said it.
This will
You know?
probably even make the relationship even stronger. It's things like this that make
probably
like
even make them get closer or whatever. But like, this is
no wow. Yes, you are the asshole.
so your verdict is that she's the asshole.
I think so. I think yeah. Communication first before anything.
True.
Like,
I agree.
what?
You don't just jump and say, oh, he said this. So
Somebody in
therefore
their
I have to
drunken,
leave.
vulnerable state said something, and the
Because-
first thing you're thinking is, I want to end the. And are you joking?
Because some you guys are not even just like dating anymore. You've got taken a step further, and now you're engaged to get married, and now you're just saying, "Oh, because he said this, I'm about to call this off."
Oh my god.
So like, what happens when you guys have more
Serious issues
in the future? That means there's no nothing insane happens.
They-
Bye bye.
So he's not ready to marry you.
No, you don't think that. I think
That's enough there.
there's enough there.
Mm.
Yes. Hey, okay, nice one. Okay, so it was posted still 3 months, maybe like a few days after. So Alex tried to apologize. The morning after we went out, he pretended everything was okay and was as sweet with me as usual. But I was short with him and ignored his text all day leaving for work. My God. When we both got home in the evening, I still couldn't even look at him, and so he asked me what was wrong, and I told him. Apparently, he hardly remembers the thing after we finished bowling.
He's drunk.
He recalls walking home and saying some things he felt embarrassed about, and then sitting outside and cuddling with me on the porch. I told him exactly what I remember him saying, and he looked mortified. He apologized profusely and told me I'm the only person he slept with and ever cared this much about. But I told him it humiliated me and made me feel like I was a problem and needed some time apart.
Oh my god, who is this girl? Who are you? Bethany? Are you not? Because I want to be this could be a bad girl, I don't know, but like, what is this white behavior? What is going on?
What's this white behavior? Oh gosh, racist much.
I'm just saying, like, what? Please proceed.
I haven't stopped. I haven't stopped.
Yes, some time apart from him.
Yes. But and I feel like I need some time apart. So he volunteered to go stay with his brother to give me some space. He's since spent the rest of his evening and today trying to make it right, leaving voicemails and texting that he really didn't mean to hurt me and that he was drunk and stupid. He kept reiterating that I'm the best thing that's happened to him and the sex he had before was meaningless and that you are my number one as far as anyone I've slept with matters.
Real?
It just made me madder.
Is this babe okay? Where do people have entered her head? Because I don't.
She doesn't seem like she wants to even have a conversation with this guy. Like, in her mind, she's probably just.
That thing is really pinning now. That thought best is pinning now. What's going on?
It's not that deep, bro.
Like,
It's not that deep. And he's even trying to even make it right. And he's even saying that, like, as far as anyone that's ever mattered, go.
it is true because at the end of the day, that was teenage years, and then they one night.
Then they one night stand. He never said, "Oh, my previous relationship."
Thank you. That would have even be worse.
That would have been worse. But like, all people that has ever dated, you are like number one.
What I was trying to say from the jump, like, this babe, she just stressed me out. I said with babes, but
it just made me madder. Like, he's now lying to save face and trying to manipulate me into feeling like I'm overreacting after making me feel like a lesser partner in bed. I finally told him to stop and told him I didn't believe a word he said anymore and that even if he's being sincere, nothing he says will undo the fact that deep down he will always think of me as a consolation prize to some sex goddess and his male body. I'm honestly also second-guessing if he even likes women and I'm not ready to deal with being with someone who's questioning their sexuality. What did I say?
she's a prude.
That thing is actually bothering her. Like,
She's a prude.
He's been with a guy.
Which is why I did not mention it to her in the first place.
That thing is bothering her. She just can't understand it. They're like, what, you're bi-curious and then you've been with a guy. Does that mean
She's a prude.
She can't understand that. He started crying again and said he just wanted to open up to me since we've never had a conversation about previous partners.
You can't even talk
and
about
in his drunk state, he thought we were at the point where we could have honest conversations. That means
not
what
able
that person
to.
even said about him trying to get drunk.
Yes,
to say what
yeah.
he said, it was probably true.
Yeah, it was.
So he probably went ahead to get drunk to.
Because they cannot have the conversation sober.
Hey, God.
Do you know how bad that is?
You have to get drunk just to get to talk to your partner. So every time you have something,
They don't talk about intimate stuff. Yeah, because they
you
can't.
always have to get drunk.
Because she cannot take it, apparently. Even in a drunken state, she couldn't take it. How about sober state?
Damn. As in, like, she was even drunk that you think that, okay.
She wasn't very upset.
She wasn't very upset.
So you must just imagine how she would have been sober.
Damn. Damn.
That's a problem.
This is a very big problem. They have a very big problem.
I know.
And the guy doesn't see it now, but I think this might be.
It should not be.
This might be
In
his
fact,
best interest.
Yes, for him to run.
For him to run. He's one that needs to run here, not the girl. He needs to run. He started crying again and said he just wanted to open up to me since we've never had a conversation about previous partners. And in his drunk state, he thought we were at the point where we could have honest conversations about what we like in bed, but regrets the timing and letting him sleep while drunk. He said he'd move out and leave me alone, but hopes I could share what he told me with family. Oh, but hopes I won't share what he told me with family and mutual friends, which I agree to. I don't feel bad about anything. He clearly didn't think before speaking. And
Oh my
now he's
God.
just trying to patch
Does
it
she
up and
love this guy
minimize
at
it
all?
As mistake, an attempt at an honest conversation when I know it's just trying to lower my self-esteem and make me feel like I need to turn into a sex goddess in bed or be more like a man. I realized my self-worth and I'm no one.
You are a fool. That's all I can say.
I appreciate all of the comments and kind words on the last post helping me realize this.
They got into her head. She listened to Reddit. Are you joking? She doesn't have a brain in her head.
Oh
She know
my God.
So basically, she's basically ending things with him.
She hasn't even ended. The guy has moved out.
She might have heard such stupidity before. The story is such a piss off.
My God, this girl is.
What is this?
I guess the guy is dodgy bullets. Because
What's this?
This is rubbish. This is rubbish. How can you listen to Redditors and
Say
tell you
he's trying to manipulate to bring down my self-esteem.
But he didn't even do any of that. He said he's basically calling you number one as far as anybody that matters goes.
He gave for caller number 5 safe. Make no sense that the reason why they break up.
Because one night stand is not like it wasn't a relationship. They didn't have any emotional connection. And it was even before you guys got together. There was no emotional connection. It was just like sex and that was it. Do you understand? But yes, it might have been good. Cool. And then the other one, him trying things out when he was a teenager. Why are you holding that against him?
She's a prude. I'm not just saying she's a prude. Like, so her, she cannot believe that. Oh my God, he had it with a guy and then he had a one night stand. Ew. I can't be with somebody like that. It's not pure. It's impure.
I swear.
I'm too pure for all of that.
It's giving me. I wouldn't say it.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like she even loved the guy because it was so
easy for her to just let go and be like,
it was so easy.
Working. I'm out.
There's no love here because if there's love, you'll be like, okay, let's communicate. Let's not.
And I still don't understand how it is Redditors you decide to take advice from.
Thanks for all the love in the last post.
Tell you run away and then you go like, yes, I'm leaving you.
She no brain in her head. She took advice from these ones that definitely wanted the thing to end.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't even say talk to him. Nobody even said talk to him.
Sad and lonely girl, and you just listen to them, and now you are also lonely.
Nah, terrible. This baby is terrible.
But I guess guy dodged the bullet.
No, he did though.
Because like any other hard conversation or difficult conversation in the future is gonna just be this difficult, you know. And I think at the end of the day, it might even end up hiding a lot of things from her.
Yes.
Like I can't really talk to you, so I'm just not gonna say anything.
He's been wanting to talk to her, but he couldn't because of. It's okay. Let's try it under the influence of alcohol.
And he said that they've never really talked about like previous partners, so it's like there was no opportunity for him to
even break
it up or even say, "Oh, I've done this," and you know, like I tried this.
No, honestly, he actually sounds like such a sweet guy. This baby's
a
troll.
It does.
Oh my God.
I feel like she just lost a good one.
Nah, she should move along. She'll find anyway. I can't do. I don't know if she's Black American or white, but she sounds so white, man. What?
Stop with this racist comment.
I don't understand. White people can be racist, but Black people can be racist.
He said that she sounds so white.
She's so white, man.
Oh my God, no, we're not racist on this channel, you guys.
I'm not racist though. I'm just saying, but she sounds white.
Hey, let's take some comments. God, this is a long comment. I even know the story. The first one says, "Look, there are a few things going on here. 1, Alex drunkenly said something on purpose that irritated me a bit, like he does. He has a track record of riling you up. I'm assuming both drunk and sober. Not great.
Okay.
2, he chose to use his real, true, honest opinion of your prowess to do so. Not great. What are you talking about? 3, he revealed he's bisexual. You are well past by curiosity. He ranked this guy at number 2
from his teenage years.
You don't have to worry about dealing with him questioning his sexuality. He put a woman at number 1 and a guy at number 2. So end of story. Bisexual. He's obviously been avoiding telling you for a long time, and he only did it while it was plastered. So it's pretty likely he's been afraid to tell you. And if you have a problem with dating / marrying a bisexual person, well, there's a word for that, and it was right to be afraid, assuming your significant other is instantly going to cheat slash turn out to be gay slash dump you for a person of another gender on the big reveal is prime biphobia and a very common experience for bi people, especially men. So there's every chance you're not the first. So in short, you got a couple of issues on number one and number two. A guy who likes to wow you up for fun and was willing to put you down to do so. But on number three, you're kind of the asshole. And remember, there's every chance he used this whole "you're the third best" routine as a very roundabout, stupid, awkward way of bringing up his sexuality. And you could probably find out if you straight up ask him why he never told you sooner. If you're willing to lose an awesome relationship because you're not willing to be with someone bisexual, that's your loss. I feel like that's just it. She's just went away from this relationship because the guy is sort of bisexual.
College years. He has not tried it since then.
It's not even college. He was a teenager. So this was maybe high school. And yeah, he hasn't tried it since then. So I can't even say that he's bisexual. Because like he didn't try it again.
My baby just
we don't know if he tried it.
We don't know if he tried again. But like, oh well, some people can handle it, right? Maybe just like, oh, you should have told me from the very beginning. I would have known. Let me decide and all of that. But definitely from what we're seeing or hearing, it's clear that there was no space for him to even like say those things. You cannot say these things if you are even like uncomfortable about them. Somebody that you are not sure will receive it very well.
Exactly.
You can't now.
And there's probably seen like a behavior, maybe how she reacts to like maybe gay people or people that are sexually fluid, right? So he has probably seen that and he's like, man, if I say this shit about myself, she's probably just going to run. And that is exactly what happened.
That's what happened. You should not say it from the very jump at this point, really. I understand that it's good to like tell people like who you are and all of that. But you would think that the love would... Anyway, love doesn't always...
And
it's not always enough
probably,
anyway.
But he also... The power said that they've not really had the opportunity to talk about like their past. Might also be a thing of like maybe he did try to talk about his past, but like she should like, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to hear about it.
Sounds like something that she would say anyway.
He probably never just brought it up because it's like we never had the opportunity to talk about our past. So it seems like something that he's been thinking about, but he probably just never brought it up because maybe she didn't want to talk about it.
Like the guy was probably not going to be like perfect on all, but like I think breaking up like everything with him over this thing from someone that you say that you love, you never even try to even say, okay, how can we make this work? Do you maybe do you want to go to therapy or whatever? You did not none of those things occurred to you.
You're just like, no, you said this to me.
Boom, boom.
We're done. You don't do things like that.
No effort. Zero effort. No. At least know you even tried.
Exactly. It seems like she didn't even try.
You just
like, oh, you said this to me. Now you're trying to manipulate me.
You want me to be compared to a sexual goddess or a guy?
He didn't even say anything about
you becoming
a sexual goddess.
That's not best in the pain now. She cannot believe that she's somebody's thought.
He never said, oh, I want you to be this, I want you to turn to this or whatever. He's just telling you that like, I love you so much, you're third best.
I know it can be painful, but I just think she's overreacting.
It's enough to end
engagements. Like, are you serious? She didn't even try anything at all. That's why I don't like people that just like once something goes wrong, you just up and go. I don't respect that, to be honest, because like, where is the effort?
You say can't handle difficult situations.
You say you love me. You probably said I love you every day.
Every day.
And this difficult like situation came up, and the first thing you jump ship. No, I don't respect that.
I don't think she can get past the fact that he's been with a guy. I think
that's the problem.
I still feel like that's a major problem here. The fact that he's been with a guy. I feel like that's if it was like maybe all girls, maybe they might still be some fixing it or maybe trying. But that fact that it's been with
so she's homophobic.
Probably.
Well, to each their own biases.
But yeah, okay, you're the asshole. You are the asshole.
In the entire scheme of things, she come to Africa, see how we do things here.
So they think that we live in a desert or something.
We don't live in a desert. We're just like it's easier for here, because of like the way society is. Most of the time, we try to fight for our relationships before anything. We don't just say, "Oh, it's not gonna be home."
Yeah, exactly. We don't just up
No.
We be fighting, you guys. We be fighting.
No.
Okay, so I think she replied to a comment. Let me just read the comments that she replied to. So the comment is not how that works. Which Pen quoted a part of the post and said, "We're all passed by curious if he's ranked this guy at number 2 at all time." The person said, "Not how that works. I have straight friends who have had bad gay experiences and enjoyed them and yet still straight. you absolutely have a point that OP is being homophobic, but then that is presumptuous of you and not how being straight or gay works. Opinion replied and said, he told me he's never been attracted to men and that one experience as a teenager was his only time being sexual with a man. And he thinks the reason he came out while drunk is that he rarely gets drunk or does drugs these days. And he stayed that night, made him remember how it was a surprisingly good experience and made him want to experiment with prostate stimulation more. I don't
She
know
can't
if
take
I
it.
believe him, but even if that's true, it kind of gave me the ick to think about him liking that type of stuff.
Huge. She can. They're not compatible sexually.
Yes, I get it. Some men would never think about it.
Actually, you see that I was right.
You were
The
actually.
G-spot. Oh God! When you get it, you gotta go back.
But
You
yes,
can't.
I understand that like some men would never consider what having something else.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's cool. But for those people that consider it, you can't now force them and be like, oh, you.
This energy has to match. Energy.
Yeah, it has to. You have to be with somebody that matches your level.
Someone has to match your freak.
openness
Somebody
and-
gonna match my freak.
Such an unserious person. But yes, you have to be with somebody that matches your level of freak. You understand? Like so, this they're clearly not compatible. They're
Clearly.
because if he's hiding things about himself because he doesn't want to lose her, they're clearly not compatible. Like they're never gonna have the best sex life.
Actually,
Never.
even probably even telling that she's third best, maybe not lie herself. She might be like 10th best, but because she cannot even take it. No, real.
Oh my god.
Or it could mean it, I don't know. But still, like,
It could actually mean it because it sounds like he actually loves her. So
yeah, someone that's fighting for.
you know,
She
it
said-
sounds like he loves her a
No,
lot.
I can't imagine
So
him
it might actually
liking
mean
things
it,
up the
but
ass.
She is the one that has the problem here. Like, what do you mean? And the guy said that he has never really done it since that one time. He
yeah.
did it. But he's like,
It
it
wants.
was good, and I
it
would
was
like
good.
to explore that part of
But he
myself.
said no. I can't.
I can't imagine
Put something
you
up
put
your-
something up your ass.
Oh my god, this
Ah.
is disgusting.
You want me to put something up your ass for you?
Food. Hear it from me,
But,
Jerry.
they're just not compatible.
They're not compatible.
actually. And it's a good thing that they didn't
But-
actually get married.
It's good that you went.
It's
Like, I'm
yeah.
glad that he had that drunken thing. He tried to even do
Yes,
that because
actually.
if not, they'll probably get married and they will have to get a divorce or something.
Yeah,
Because this babe is not
so
serious.
This is like the best possible outcome.
This babe is not serious.
This the okay, you're the asshole. You're the asshole.
I side with babes, but this one I cannot side with you. No way.
Yeah, the asshole. I'm done with this. I'm not ready anymore.
Very
I'm
annoying.
done. Like, okay. Okay. So the next story. This is coming from Am I the Butt Face?
What says am I there somebody butt face?
Yes.
What's the difference?
I guess it's the same thing. It's just in a different lingo.
Okay, so one is inside, one is the cheeks.
Yeah, but basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole or am I the well?
What is the way you say am I the breasts?
What's wrong with the breast now? What's wrong with the breast? What am I saying? Am I the breast?
Am I the butt face? Am I the breast breast
Because
nipple?
asshole is not good, so of course, but breasts are not bad.
So butt face though. Butt face. A face on the butt.
Eh?
A face on the butt. It's not about
Yeah, the butt face now.
Yeah. Am I the breast nipple?
She'll please. Okay, so am I the butt face for telling my best friend I can't be a maid of honor because she's cheating on her fiance? This one is
one
tagged
is deep.
serious.
Serious mood unlocked.
Okay, so Tyson really said it all. My best friend of 12 years lives in another state and has been in a relationship with her girlfriend for 5 years. Oh, so
Yeah, okay.
gay, right? And recently got engaged. They're planning to get married next year, and she asked me to be a maid of honor, which I previously said yes to. Over the last couple of months, she's been confiding in me that she's been cheating on her fiancé. And I don't mean one accidental thing. I mean having a full-blown, intentional, ongoing affair. I've been having many conversations on the phone with her about the situation, and she has seemed to be remorseful and know that what she's doing is wrong, and has expressed many other issues with the relationship. I know that she should break up with her. So I've been trying to help her get to the point of breaking up, which I know is hard to do when you've been with someone for so long. So I'm trying to have some empathy and grace for why they haven't broken up yet. However, this has been going on for so long that now we are all going to be back in our hometown for Christmas and supposed to all hang out with our old high school friend group and our partners. I haven't seen my friend's fiance since knowing all this, and I'm deeply uncomfortable with keeping this secret. I thought they would have broken up by now, and I didn't know I would be put in this situation. So I called my friend and told her that I love her and I'm here for her, and she has to deal with things in her own time, but I'm not comfortable being around her and her fiance knowing what I know. She got pissed the fuck off at me and basically attacked me for 45 minutes and called me a terrible friend and said that she told me those things in confidence and wouldn't have told me if she knew I felt this way. I told her that I was keeping it in confidence and that was putting me in a shitty situation. And if she wanted it to continue to be in confidence, I probably shouldn't be around them together so she could deal with it on her own time. She made it pretty clear that she never actually intended to break up with her fiance and still plans to marry her and never tell her about the affair. I'm quite shocked because I thought this whole time that there was not going to be a wedding and that she knew that what she was doing would end the relationship. Now it's clear that she has wanted me to just keep a secret and be the maid of honor in her wedding, and is convinced there's nothing wrong with what she's doing as long as her fiance never finds out and she breaks it off with the person she's been seeing and they move on and are happy. This is so wrong to me and I can't be a part of it. She thinks I'm being a bad friend and this may be the end of a 12-year friendship. Am I the butt face?
I see her perspective, especially since the affair was so recent, probably even after the engagement. And I don't know. I eat butt face. Well, to be fair, the thing is, it's her values. She doesn't want to go against what she like. She doesn't believe in the fact on what her friend is. I say, hey, Odua, what her friend is doing. So I don't know. So she just wants to be part of it. But at the same time, this is your friend. I don't know, man. How close is she to the person that her friend is dating?
I guess they're not very close. But then again, this her friend they've been together. She's been friends with this person for 12 years, and she probably knows the person because she feels so uncomfortable being in the same space as this person. She probably knows them or knows the person to an extent, like it be well. It might not even be about how well she even knows the person. It might just be that like you're doing this several times and like I thought we were going to be over by the time we will actually see. But now you're like only on continue and actually get married to this person. I can't be in the same space with you knowing what I know. So
So now it's basically your values or the friendship.
yes.
That's it.
That's what it is.
And that's like a tough decision. So because it's like I don't want to be part of something I don't believe in. But at the same time, it's not. I want to say it's not your business, but those things are totally in confidence. Technically, you don't know anything. So no, real technically you don't know anything. So if like you pull out of the wedding, it's gonna be very sus.
Exactly.
You don't want
to questions.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, why are you not there? Blah blah blah, and then it's gonna be just very uncomfortable. So it's like, she just suck up and just do it for my friend, even though I know like what she's doing is not like is wrong. But she's expressed remorse and she wants to cut it off. So if she's expressed remorse, you want that to she must end it. Is that the problem? You want that since she's cheated, she needs to end the relationship. Is that what she wants? Is that like are those her values?
Yeah, she's like okay, since it wasn't like a one time thing, it wasn't like
not affair.
Like but it was a full blown affair and like she's been complaining about things in their
In the
relationship. So it's like, okay,
just
you
end
just
it.
need to end this thing because like the relationship isn't working and you're out and about doing this behind this person's back, so you might as well just end it. So she thought that that's what they were ended. But now the friend has changed her mind and was like, oh no, I don't want to end it anymore. I'm going to get married.
Maybe there's something happened for her to say that. I don't know.
Maybe there was a change in the relationship. Maybe now those things that weren't working are
working now.
So she's like, okay, no, I'm just going to keep quiet about the affair and move forward.
But see, nobody's perfect. I'm gonna say that. And sometimes you do things that you're not comfortable with because of your friends. So I know, like maybe against her values, you'll be like, oh, I can't. Well, talk about your friend. I beg. It's one day you will not die. I don't know. That's just me.
But I feel like she doesn't want to go because she feels like if she attends and then
she's
like
privy
looking at them or whatever,
she's accomplice the
just
crime.
Feel guilty and just open her mouth and say everything. Though, I mean, she's been cheating on you all along.
Who sends you?
Yeah, so that I feel like that's why she's saying she doesn't want to attend the hangout or whatever again because she's like she.
So this basically this one cannot keep a secret. That's basically what I'm getting from this.
She can't be in the same space.
You don't keep a secret because people fuck up in quotes all the time, right? And she's telling about her fuck up. Fine, it was an affair, but an affair is still a fuck up, nevertheless.
Yeah.
And she's saying, okay, now I'm going to end it and I want to move forward with this person. But you're saying, no, you need to end. It's better for you to end things with this. Who are you to decide what they should or shouldn't do? Like, at the end of the day, it's not really your business.
True.
It's not really your. I understand that you have your values, but if it's like, stick to your values and say, oh, my values, like, I cannot. Let that be your reason. I don't know that I'm going to go and blot it out, or I don't want. Nigga, it's not your business.
I guess like she's not the one in the position to say, oh, your babe has been doing this behind your back. Like, she's not in that position to say that. All she can do is try to advise her friend.
That's
like,
it.
Oh, do this. I think you should do this, but not to go ahead and now like tell the partner.
Like, why you even like? Who sent you?
I guess she just really feels guilty because, like, I think from when she said it was like a full blown affair that lasted for a long time. She's like, if you're going to do all of that, it's coupled with the issues that you guys are having.
But she's a good friend though, in the sense that if we were men now, it was like, oh, if you don't know, if you
even men now that like what they
they will not even go. They say, go ahead, it's marriage.
I do think so because I get the other episode I had with Tavo. I think he said something like that because I asked him like, because if you're in a position where you're like your friend is cheating, would you tell your friends, babe? I was like, oh, I'm not gonna answer that. So I guess you're right.
Men, they go ahead. See, men.
I was like, no, I don't.
So
I'm not gonna answer that.
At the end of the day, she's being a good friend, a good person, right? But considering circumstances, like I said, it's not really your business, so you can't. But anyway, she's taking a stand. Our friend will have to understand that she cannot be there, right? But she just stick to the reason why values. Don't say, oh, because I'm going to mistakenly blot it out or what. No, nobody asked you to do that. Nobody.
But I guess that's a reason. I guess she feels that she can tell her friend that since they're that close.
Yeah, I'm still blot it out. It's like, why did I tell you in the first place?
It's just one day or something. Suck it up. Just go.
I told you secret. You say you want to blot it out. Are you okay?
It's just one day. What do you mean? Just go.
She feels bad. Until now, I'm asking her how close.
What changed in their relationship that is making her want to announce?
That's what I'm asking her. How close is she to the fiance? Sorry, the friend's fiance? Because like it feels like she feels like she's more loyal to that one for some reason. That's the vibe I'm getting. Because for you to say you want to blot it, it means that you must really care for this person and you don't want to see them hurt. So it's like, is the friend's fiance more priority for her than the friend herself?
Well, I don't think so. It shouldn't be because like you met this person probably through your friend.
But it seems like you're more concerned about the fiance than the friend.
I'm guessing maybe she's like putting herself maybe in the fiance's shoes. So she's like, if I was in this person's shoes, I think I would want to know what's going on behind.
Yeah, she want to meet African men. I'm gonna tell you jack shit blah blah. Ignorance, please. There is.
What the African men do to you?
Okay, now.
What did they do to you?
They know themselves. They know what they did to me. What have you done to me, my
like an angry black.
Oh, please, I'm not angry. I'm a black woman. I'm not angry. It's just what it is, to be honest. Because the things I'm saying, facts. Nobody say that I just did talk calm. Facts.
I guess she knows what she's talking about.
Facts. Men, stay in your white.
Stay
in your white. Even if it's dirty, they'll get it more.
I can't really say anything about that.
But I can't say she's the butt face. I can't.
I wouldn't say you're the butt face, but like, just suck it up and do what you have to do. Okay, but wait. Okay, now we're not just talking about like the event. We're talking about arguing it to be like the maid of honor. Do you think it's
she doesn't feel very honorable?
She doesn't feel very honorable about doing all of that.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, it's her values. She has to stand up for them at the end of the day. And her friend should be able to understand that, considering. But her friend is like, I told you a secret.
Yeah, because like, well, she's supposed to be a maid of honor. Why is she backing out now and like saying she's not going to do it anymore? Like, it's going to raise questions for sure.
A lot of questions.
For sure. So it's like, even if you feel like you don't want people to find out this thing that's happening, it seems like it will still come up at the end of the day because like,
maybe that's what she even wants. That her back out will like raise questions and then we'll get to the root of it or whatever. But like, that's what I'm saying that. Why are you so involved? Like,
why are you so invested in this?
Exactly. Like they told you gist. No, real. They told you gist. You can't just you swallow it and you leave it in your stomach. Why do you feel like you need to do something about that gist? Who are you, Superman? Like, kind of like mind your business. So, like, if your friend giving you like confiding in you, they're confiding in you because they just want you to like listen to them. They're not saying that you should act on what they've told you for them. Nobody asked you for that.
I guess, yeah, true.
So you do what you're doing as a friend.
If you do act on it and then you do that next time, why would they want to tell you anything?
Like, just
you can't keep my secret now. I can't trust you.
What the message of those is like, oh, I'm not going to be around for that wedding or something. Look for something a more excuse. Like if you know that okay, it's affecting you, find something because you're not you saying, oh, I don't want to be around because I don't want to blur something out.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. That's why did I even tell you if you're not going to react like this? Because
exactly.
You want them to they told you secrets. You say
I didn't think that you would be acting.
I can't control it. I want to bust.
Yeah, I want to bust. Yeah, I don't die. Let's just see what the comments say. So the first comment here is, your friend is a cake eater. Her fiance deserves to know what she's marrying.
Okay.
Yeah, the what face of my friend here. Next comment under that says, I'll bet money the fiance will disagree. OP knows their partner is a cheater. Sorry, OP, your crappy friend puts you in this position. Another person says she's the asshole for not revealing her friend to be the scumbag that she is. Imagine your partner cheating on you only to find out that their friend not only knew but helped her by not telling anyone. To put it harshly, either OP can grow a spine and do what must be done, or shut up and be content with being a coward who values a friendship with someone they know is a shithead over their own morals.
What the hell is going on? Is it your business? No, because really it's not your business. You can't be going and saying, I need to tell you something, fiancé. And my also, friend is a cheat.
There's always something about coming in between couples because, like, if they do find out, okay, everybody knows the truth, and then they settle, and like, okay, I know this.
You'll be the bad person.
You end up being the bad person. That friendship or whatever can never be the same again. You
don't get involved. They say don't need to get involved inside.
The only thing you can do
relationship
is advise, because it's like if you get involved, at the end of the day, they might end up using you to settle the issue.
Clearly, she wants to get involved. I don't know why. Like, why do you feel the compunction?
It's not the same thing. They're saying you shouldn't get involved in the same things. Like you shouldn't get involved in husband and wife relationship. You shouldn't get involved with like family. Okay, maybe like you're married to somebody and then depending you're married to has issues with a sibling.
Yeah.
Don't get involved.
It's not your business.
If they fix that issue, you are going to still be a bad person because their sibling will never see you the same way again. It's like, I issues with my brother and then you did this.
No, real. Like, so I don't get this one. So
yeah, don't get
revealing this as they cheated.
Your place. All you can do is to advise your friend.
And you've done that already.
So it's like, it's just let them do what they
What do you feel? Are you Jesus?
Come out. They say truth always comes out. I don't know.
I don't know. Yes. It's just giving me like she feels very righteous, and I don't get that.
Yeah, she feels very, very
like I can't be a part of this. He's ruining my halo.
Hey, nobody wants to tell you gist again. I just know that you posted it here now. If your other friends see this post, I'm like, hey, stay away from that friend.
She put their names.
No, she didn't put their name. Okay. I'm just like, if you have a friend that knows that you have a Reddit account and you posted something like this, all those other friends would stay clear from you because like
can't tell you anything. If I tell you that you want to act on it, yes. Who asked you?
So OP is being used as a doormat by a friend. A friend is banking on OP's moral compass not being strong enough to expose her ass. From what I've read in this post, she's right. OP knows it's wrong, but it's not strong enough to or brave enough to do anything about it. OP is perfectly content with sitting on the sidelines and watching instead of taking action.
What action are you put? Is everybody in this comment section okay today? Hey.
While also proclaiming how much better she is morally for believing it's wrong but taking no action. I wonder what OP will say when they divorce, when this shit comes to light and if fiancé loses half her stuff along with being hit with the knowledge that our cheating partner's friend knew the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why do they feel like she owes it to the fiancé? Oh, that's it. Who is the fiancé to her?
It's supposed to just be like an
extended. But they're making it seem as if she owes
loyalty. Like the fiancé anything. The person that she owes only loyalty to
is the friend,
not the fiancé.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what's going on.
This comment section today is,
I don't get. You're going bonkers. Mad people. Oh God.
Another comment says my partner was cheating on me with so many people, including my cousin. What? Find out later that all of our mutual friends knew killed me.
You know the funny thing, sometimes that actually happened to me where the friends of the person knew that's you shall not be named from the first one.
The first one.
So like
his friends
knew now. After the fact, they came to tell me that they knew, but they couldn't tell me. And I understood. The thing is that it being that they all knew and nobody told me. But at the end of the day, I still understand the fact that they don't owe me shit.
Because you are
they knew it.
They knew you
through him.
So it's like their loyalty is
It's to him.
not you.
So I'm not like it pained me, but I cannot be saying, oh, you should have told me. Who are you at the end of the day? This is their
The
boy.
only way you can expect something like that is if you guys are all friends, like maybe all guys, and like there's no loyalty to one person. It's like you are both maybe close to them.
Yeah. They're close to them. Yes.
They're both like on the same level. Yeah.
Not that
maybe
you expect
be like, oh no,
that your friend's partner walk up to you and say, my friend is a chill, leave in my liver. It's so unrealistic. Come on.
If they get involved,
come on,
and you guys fix up, that person is going to be a bad person. I think I've read a story like that before where somebody got involved, involved in their relationship because it was like, oh no, this person's cheating, I'm going to tell this person.
Yeah.
And then they fixed up, and then that person ended up being a bad person because it's like, why did you go and tell?
What would you like? It's not your place.
Are you trying to take my place? Are you trying to sabotage
No,
our relationship so that
you don't.
so that person ended up being a bad person.
So it's not like I'm not talking from a very keen perspective. I've been in this situation and I understood at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, like I said, they don't owe me anything.
Yeah,
they only told me but they told me that they wanted to tell me, but they couldn't because that would jeopardize their friendship with this person. Right? Yeah. But they would just be urging him to speak and everything. And that's the best you can do.
Actually.
Take action for they send you. Who sends you work?
True.
No.
Another person says, how the fuck can people live like that with themselves? They're all absolutely pathetic cowards and or extreme coupled enthusiasts, which is fine for your own personal life, different strokes for different folks, etc. If, however, you know that someone I believe to be my partner is actually just the town bicycle that I somehow got roped into providing for the town, and you don't tell me, congrats. You're an outstanding example of everything that's wrong with humanity.
We're not all tattletales, please. Okay? So let's go keep it secret.
True.
Like, you can't be saying that, okay, anything that it means that they're trying to say that this person should be perfect. Every wrongdoing they see, they must point it out. Why?
True.
Why?
True. I don't think you're in a position to say that to the fiancé. All you can do is advise your friend and
you keep it pushing
to come clean or whatever. But like,
if you don't want to do the bridesmaid things, I don't know.
You don't have to do it. If you don't want to do it, but anymore, you don't have to do it.
Find something reasonable or something to say.
Well,
I don't know
what
to
say. Their relationship by being the righteous person.
Like,
don't do that.
It's feeling very self-righteous.
Don't do that, OP.
So I feel like I'm very mean on this episode.
Okay. So the next story is coming from True Off My Chest.
Is it last story?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So this is the last story before you then pick one. So I'm going to pick out like 3 stories and then you pick one. But
cool.
This is the last one.
I always pick up the controversial ones anyway. But
I hope you do pick a very interesting one, but let's read this first. So this one's coming from True Off My Chest. Was posted a month ago. My husband doesn't see how his work wife is trying to destroy our marriage.
Gay.
I picked this story for you because you always have work husbands.
But I'm never in a marriage. That's different.
Yes, but that's why I picked this story for you because you and your work husbands. Maybe you have a different.
Shout out to my work husband.
I 31 female. I'm at my wit's end with my husband, 32 male co-worker Sarah, 30 female, and it's complete inability to see what's happening. I'm not usually one for Reddit, but I need to know if I'm going crazy here. Where do I even start? 3 years ago, my husband Mark started working with Sarah. At first, I tried to be welcoming. I invited her to our barbecues, included her in group outings, and genuinely tried to be friendly. Big mistake. She spent the entire time making backhanded comments about everything from my career. Oh, you're just a yoga instructor? How peaceful. To my cooking. I guess not everyone can master basic seasoning. What the fuck?
What is this one?
In my own house.
Hey.
The real problem is that Mark thinks she's just being funny. Last month, she literally threw away the anniversary mug I gave him because it clashed with the office aesthetic.
She threw away my mug.
When I got upset, Mark said I was being too sensitive and that Sarah just
has
high standards for office decor. It was a mug with our wedding photo on it. Some greatest hits from Sarah. She included a mandatory work dinner on our anniversary. 2, she convinced Mark not to take a promotion because it would mean working with a different team. 3, she posts daily photos of them together with hashtags like work power couple and work spouse. 4, she tells everyone at the office that she takes better care of him than I do. 5, she changed his coffee order and now tells everyone she trained him right. The worst part, my husband is completely blind to all of this. Yesterday, he
Mortified.
actually told me about how Cyril said our new house, which we spent months searching for, was charming in a starter home kind of way. He repeated this while laughing.
You know what?
Starter home kind of way.
So just starting out. Oh, okay.
And they've been looking for that home for a long time. Then, what was your husband? Why is he so?
See, I have no. Let me go full blast.
I tried talking to him about it, but Sarah has convinced him I'm just insecure. She managed to insert herself into every aspect of our lives. They text constantly, even on weekends. She knows the schedule better than I do. She rearranged his entire desk and office wardrobe because his style was too suburban husband. That's what he is. Last week, I suggested marriage counseling. He looked genuinely confused. He, of course, went and talked to Sarah about it. I found out from another co-worker that she's been telling people that Mark and I are going through a rough patch and that she's just been a good friend by giving him someone to talk to. We weren't going through anything until she started this nonsense. The breaking point. I stopped by his office to surprise him with lunch. I know, but it was his birthday and Sarah was supposedly out sick. Guess who's there? Sarah. She miraculously recovered and bought him a cake that said, "To my work hobby," with a photo of them from the office holiday party. She saw me and said, "Oh, Amy, you came too. How nice. Mark, you didn't tell me your real wife was coming." I'm not crazy, right? This woman is trying to destroy my marriage while my husband stands there grinning like it's all some big joke. What do I do? Divorce seems extreme, but I'm running out of options here.
She has lost this man. Gay.
This one is gone.
It's gone.
I swear, because like, how are you blind to all of this?
That was the man.
How are you blind to all of this?
That's the man.
Like, there are boundaries here, and like this person keeps crossing every
and you think
boundary,
it's funny,
and you think it's funny. You just keep laughing.
You
You are allowing her insert herself in your life and changing literally everything about you, from your coffee order to your wardrobe to your this to your that. Why throwing away gifts from your wife, and you're just there laughing and oh, she thinks it's this. Why does what she think matter?
She has lost the man. Say, if he continues staying in that office, she has lost the man. I don't think, or if he's not even ready to, if there's a conversation and he's not ready to counseling or whatever, because now she said he was just genuinely surprised. Then she has lost the man. He's not even interested because he can't even say anything. Everything says she's just being funny. That's not about people that are casually mean sometimes, yeah. If you're used to people that are casually mean, you might feel like it is normal. Just like the way sometimes Taiwo is casually mean. No, real. The thing is, if normal people hear the way Taiwo speaks sometimes, they'll be like, what?
Like, what's wrong with this guy?
Who is this person? How are you friends with this person? True. Because that's, so he just thinks that, oh, it's just person just casually mean, but this is to your wife.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm sure she's expressed like displeasure about it. And you just say, oh, she's just being mean, nothing. Like, even threw away my mug.
As in, threw away my mug. Are you okay?
Told him not to take a promotion and you didn't take it.
What kind of, like, this is clearly a problem because, like, it's literally
she's his real wife.
Every part of
you
your
are
life,
the side chick. You don't know. You're the side chick. You are the home wife.
That's what it is.
The one in the office.
Oh, your real wife. No. You are the fake wife. That one in the office is
the real wife. I for her to like step in and he let her take control. He must really like her.
He must really like her. He likes maybe the attention or whatever she's doing to him, but he likes
because a person will only do what you allow them to, and he's allowing it.
Exactly. If you tell him that like that's my wife you're talking about,
stop. The guy has no boundaries.
But like there's no boundary again. Everybody is just doing whatever they like. It's like the man has two wives, one in the house and one at work.
And these actually some a good number of men don't know how to, like, they don't have boundaries.
They don't know how to
draw boundaries. They don't know. They will be like, oh no. The next thing about like a good number of babes, when a babe likes you and other men, they know how to like enforce like a boundary. Yeah. But guys, they say, oh, but just my draw a line. I know you're not used to attention, but come on.
But they always see it as like, hey, it's nothing too serious. I know myself. They always like, oh, I know myself. It can't be anything serious. But I can't do anything with this person. But like, do you know the intention that the other person has? I personally
feel it's because men don't usually have attention. So when they get it, they're always like, oh my God, like some attention. I've been starved all my life. I have some now.
But that's terrible though. That means you're going to just accept anybody that gives you little attention.
Because he's loving, he's eating it up.
Yeah, the guy actually is clearly loving it. She's like, look at all the things. Oh, she came into your house and then she's telling you, oh, so I guess some people don't know the basics of seasoning. Are you mad? No. Are you
so disrespectful?
Are you? Some people who take shit.
I think that she's overreacting. She's just joking.
She's so understanding. Even the wife is even too understanding. What happened? They came to your house and they're insulting you. And you are just
because the thing is that it's actually the man that's supposed to clear her.
Yes, because she's the man. But like, there's certain things that they will say to you directly to you that you change it for the person. They're like, what are you talking about? Are you insane? But this one is like she's saying all of this to you, directly to
She
you.
was being
And
polite
they are just,
because they're colleagues now. Abi, whatever, they're colleagues or something. So
I don't give a fuck.
she's trying
They
to
are
be like,
disrespecting
I
me.
don't want
I'm
to
not going
mix
to
that.
take that.
Which is why I said it's the man's fault because he's not checking anything. The wife shouldn't even have to be the one to check anything.
At all, actually. At all.
Because the guy clearly doesn't want to. He
And
loves
okay,
it.
she now said, okay, let them go to counselor. And the man is like, counseling for what?
He's like,
And then he now took that and went to go and tell the other babe. Why is the babe knowing everything that's going on in your
I said
marriage?
that's the wife.
Why does she know everything that's going on? Once you start opening up about your relationship or your marriage to people, to outsiders like that, especially like maybe people that are causing problems in the relationship, then you are already like checking out.
Yeah, he's allowing it.
Yeah, checking out because like that person clearly is gonna. She's not going to tell you, oh no, work it out now. She's not going to advise you like that because that's what she wants.
Yes.
That is what she wants. So she's not going to tell you to work it out. She's just going to be there trying to give you a shoulder to cry on or something.
From there on, it's not
and
move
then from
further.
there it progresses. But you don't do that. You don't. What kind of man is this? This man okay. This woman has the husband problem. I swear. Like this husband is a very very big problem.
Yeah. Sorry for her. They'll be fine. Did she provide or what are the comments saying?
Okay, so let's check out the comments. So the first one says, you have a husband problem. Go to counseling and get professional help to communicate your concerns. Remind him that he's married to you, not Sarah, so our options shouldn't matter when it comes to your marriage. Good luck, but be prepared for the worst. The second one says, yeah, this guy isn't oblivious, he's complicit. He knows what's happening and he likes the attention. He's happy to let his girlfriend disrespect his wife. Like, you're just taking everything. She says shit, and you're just like, she just doesn't mean that she's just joking.
It's clear. Loves it like mad.
Are you blind?
That's person he wished he married, maybe.
Yes. I probably loves the attention he's getting from her. Probably like, oh, this babe. Maybe because the babe is actually very pretty or whatever.
This babe, what does she do for a living? She's a yoga teacher.
His wife is a yoga instructor, yeah.
No wonder. I've seen Power Babe in the office. That's the one that is making his loins full.
You get a promotion because that one said no, we will not be in the same department again. I'll be the same thing. Are you insane? A promotion is not more money. It's not progress.
They are bonding over work and stuff. And so sometimes, I don't know if he's bonding with his wife over work. When you find someone that you feel like you can connect with on another level, I don't know, you kind of ignore what you already have. Because sometimes she's new and she's shiny. This is why she's been married to her already. So she's like, it's like, oh, this person, she's like, we work together. We have maybe similar ideas, or I can always talk to this person. She has become like his best friend.
But this is now too extreme because.
But you're based with somebody that clearly doesn't want you to be married, who wants you for herself.
What do you think about like people that or like they now? It seems like they always have lunch together. So maybe like she even goes as far as picking out what they're gonna have for lunch. What do you think about that? That's like having daily dates.
I said she has lost the man.
The person is not there.
He's in love with this babe.
I understand you having lunch with your colleague once, but once it comes like a constant thing, like every day, like at a certain time when you want to go eat, maybe what you want to do.
It's built intimacy.
Yeah, it builds intimacy. There should be boundaries, and there's no
boundary whatsoever. I'm even surprised that she even knows this much information because like he like comes back to even tell her the gist that one.
Yes.
I don't know what the man is. He just loves the attention.
I think he just loves the attention. Yeah. If he's not doing anything yet, he might start soon.
Yes. Real.
And that comment says, even if I give him the benefit of doubt and say he never cheated, he still definitely loves the attention and probably dismisses OP's concerns because he thinks it's flattering and it's not like I'd ever actually do anything. But things don't need to escalate to cheating. Even Sarah disrespecting OP should be enough for him to cut her off.
Yep.
Why would he want to keep someone why would he want to keep someone around who doesn't respect his wife? And if he's non-confrontational and says he doesn't want to hurt Sarah, he's still hurting OP far more than cutting off Sarah will hurt her. He needs to grow his spine and realize that not cheating isn't enough, although I think he is. Exactly, I feel like the guy is already doing some shit.
So sad. She had lost the man.
That person says, that's a great question. Why would a husband put his wife in that situation after knowing how she feels? Also, why would a wife allow her husband to act in this way knowing she's already made her issue clear? I may be asking this to myself rhetorically. I'm a dense male. I need to ask myself possibly stupid questions sometimes. Also, if the OP is hurt by the role play, make it known to the husband they are hurt by the role play at work and the role play continues. Then I consider that cheating.
No, it's nonsense because she's communicated how she feels and he has made no effort to curb it or something.
Yeah.
It's just.
It even seems like it's getting worse.
Yes, they're getting closer. I said, at least she has expressed her discomfort. So can I say, okay, she never told me or whatever. So now it's left to you. But you like This attention so
You like
much.
the attention.
I said he's seeing what he wants. That person, that baby in his office, that person he wants to marry. That person maybe he would have liked to marry. Someone likes to be with. Maybe settled for this is the OP. I don't know.
That's just so sad. But like, don't you even think that even if you guys even eventually have something, okay, you guys start a romance or whatever in the office, don't you think that you might just lose her the same way? What if another person starts working there and she starts getting close to that one and says, "Oh, this is my new work husband"? Don't you think it's just the same?
It's
thing
just
that might happen?
that attention. It's probably not a fine man. No, real.
Hey, God.
Probably not a fine man. Because if you're a gorgeous man naturally, you always get attention, so nothing
So
will
you'll be
phase you.
used
Do you
to it.
get?
You'll be used to it.
But this one, see how he's lapping it up. When last anybody give me attention? That's it. Don't take.
Another comment said, also, why would he discuss his wife's issues with their friendship?
He's the best
That is
friend.
respectful too. Then he thinks it's funny that she is bad mouthing her to everyone at work. Obviously, your coworker doesn't think it's right. Otherwise, they wouldn't have told her. Also, allowing a woman to change his clothes to what she likes him in is usually signs of cheating. Guys change their appearance to impress the other woman because if she's turning him into what she likes and not what the wife prefers, absolutely disrespectful. Hope you are still young. Don't stay in a relationship that you are unhappy and being disrespected. Don't waste any more time and energy on him. It will be tough at first, but later you will look back and be glad that you put your happiness first. He will probably waste no time dating Sarah. I swear.
Oh, see, I said that's his ideal woman. At least this comment section, they have sense. Not those other two ones that we read.
Why is any of this happening at work? I'm not in that office and I'm uncomfortable laughing my fucking ass out. I can't imagine that there's some raised eyebrows and side eyes happening towards this to acting like they want to fuck in the maintenance closet. I swear, like everybody's literally watching this shit. That's so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. Like even when the wife shows her face, it'll be like, oh. All the other colleagues will be like, oh, jam is about to go down.
Nah,
Like,
that's terrible.
they'll be like, oh, you came to.
It's allowing that is it's only because it's allowing it.
True.
I don't even like to fault the I don't want to even fault the what do you call it, the babe at work. Because at the end of the day, all this is only happening because the husband's allowing it. She's a terrible person, quite alright. It hasn't standard, right? But this would have not gotten this far if the man had just set some bloody boundaries.
Yeah, he's not setting any, and yeah, I think just like the attention. Let me see if there's an update because I don't understand. So want. Oh, there's an update.
Updates 2K.
Yeah. Oh, we have two updates. What I like. Okay, so hi, I-31 female posted a few days ago. I really didn't expect my post to blow up the way it did. I got so overwhelmed by all the comments that I haven't responded to any. I want to address everyone who said it's fake. I understand why you think that, but this is my personal hell. I only listen to Reddit stories on TikTok, but when this reached its boiling point, I just needed a place to talk. So I made an account and tried to yell into the void. Well, the void turned out to be less empty than I thought. Now, to why everyone is here, the update. Before I talked to my husband, 32 male, I decided to do some investigation. I started this with his phone and read all the messages between him and Sarah. She badmouthed me a few times. It did nothing to defend me, but didn't engage either. She was flirty. It wasn't really flirty back. They talked a lot, and he praised her frequently for work ethic and intelligence. I didn't say anything about cheating. I checked his email, nothing. I checked his work email, nothing. I looked through our other devices, nothing. I searched high and low, a second phone, nothing. Everything I found was always dancing that line. Nothing was outright cheating. But here are the things I found that did hurt my feelings. 1. He has lunch with her and only her every day in the office. They don't really like anyone else, so they criticize others and say, let's talk more at lunch. They're serving XYZ today. 2. He said things like, I'm sure if you were a wife, you would XYZ. He always kept it as a wife and not my wife, but it still upsets me. 3. She admitted to breaking the mug on purpose. He didn't get upset with her, just said, yeah, the photo gifts are kind of corny.
I got a friend. You don't have a friend though.
I confronted him, I laid it all out, and while he wasn't upset, he did try to brush things off. He said I was being sensitive and overreacting. I told him if we didn't have a real conversation about this, I would file for divorce. That got his attention and he sat down with me. He admitted that first, he found it odd that Sarah was trying so hard. He saw her trying hard with all the men in the office. The more attention she gave him, the more he enjoyed it and the more he responded.
Of course.
The more attention she gave until she just had a sight on him. He knew some of the other men were envious and he liked that too. He admitted that eventually he just got too deep. He said he knew it was wrong and had gotten
Of course he
the
knew.
attention and didn't want her to move on to another man.
What is your problem?
I don't love that
You
thing.
see, the man does. You see, it's not a
I
fine
don't love
man.
that thing.
It has to not be a fine man.
So he indulged her sometimes at my expense. He said it was just nice to have two women in two major parts of his life, stating that he knew we'd rarely see one another, so what was the harm? He reiterated that he never ever physically cheated with her, but admitted it could be called an emotional affair. It was painful. I won't hide that. I mean, really painful. Like, I wasn't enough. I told him from this point on he needed to stop communicating with Sarah and ask to be transferred or switch jobs altogether. Now, folks, I mean it when I tell you this. He lost his shit.
Eh?
He began raising his voice, saying things like he never cheated, it was all above board, and I couldn't control who he talked with at work. He called me a narcissist and a control freak. He told me
Which
I
I
had
was-
no
I-
idea how hard it was, how much stress he had in the office, and that his personal relationship with Sarah helps a lot. Taking it away would just damage his mental health. It got so bad that I started crying. I couldn't take it anymore and decided to leave. I packed a small bag and called my mother-in-law. She's the only family I have here. I gave her a rundown of what was going on, and she offered her home to me. I'm staying here and just hoping my husband comes down so we can receive this. I want to work it out. I love him more than anything. I will try harder to answer comments on this post and definitely update if something new happens.
Can you see the
This has
difference?
been really therapeutic and makes me feel less alone.
Can you see the difference between this one and the other one that said after that same sex thing, she said she's not doing it again. Even though this guy is clearly,
He's clearly
wrong, but she's still
trying to work
thank you.
to fight for the marriage. But that other one just wants to say, hey, I'm not waking. No, me, I'm number 3. But like this man is a fool.
You know, that like
And do you know what I say? I say men like this, they deserve whatever they get. Do you understand? So like if eventually it leads to divorce and like she leaves him, I swear he's gonna regret it. It might take time, but he's gonna regret it. Because like this is clearly the woman that loves you and is willing to fight for you. That's Sarah, somebody that was jumping from man to man. Do you think it's you that she will stay with? This man is.
so I said she has lost this man. I already said from the very beginning. She has lost this man.
He's saying that it will affect his mental health.
He likes the attention too much.
It will affect his mental health.
He likes the babe like
what
mad.
kind of stress are you under at work that would require you to
And I'm even
cheat emotionally on your wife?
I'm even annoyed because he said something. Oh, I can't remember right now.
What part?
I don't know. He said something. I can't remember. If I remember. Yes, he did not take her seriously until she said she's going to get divorced.
Exactly. So like I'm telling you what is going on.
You're telling me, you're still brushing it aside until she said, "Oh, I'll get divorced." That way now decided to sit down. So she didn't say that. You just continue to brush her emotions
But
aside.
even him sitting, I was still useless because okay, I tell you everything, and I say okay, this has to end. This is the end. Okay, now I know what's up. Let's end. And they are blowing up on me and telling me that you can't end it.
Terrible person. I say this man is not fine. Say, gorgeous men don't. I know that they're gorgeous. Don't act like this. You will be dying over one person's attention. What you got into something that you get all the time. Oh, stop.
This man is an idiot. A big idiot. Very, very big idiot.
It's not his attention. And it's also like talk that she was moving up and down. She now settled for him.
Yes.
So he says the other men are jealous. So he feels like he has something that they don't have.
Exactly.
He's feeling accomplished. He wants to feel accomplished at work and at home. He wants to eat his cake and have it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think we should just take the second update.
Okay.
It's like I want to take some comments, but I want to even know the end of this entire story. Like, so let's take second update. Well, I'm back. First, I want to address some of the negative comments. So, what are people saying they're Team Sarah and hoping Sarah and my husband get together? I also saw a nasty comment saying Sarah and my husband would be the office for our couple. How can you sit here and say nothing's going on? You claim my husband did cheat and I'm being crazy, yet in the same breath, wish they would get together. You're contradicting yourself because deep down you know something romantic was developing. Now, for the update. My husband came to my mother-in-law's house. She didn't call him. He knew I was there because I told him, and he said he wanted to talk. Some big things happened in such a short time. He wanted to explain. According to my husband, after I left, he started to reflect. He did call his mom, and they had a long talk. I didn't know any of this. She asked him if he was happy with me, and he said yes, and I made him extremely happy. I was a good wife and a great partner. This is kind of what it all sunk. This is kind of what it all sunk into him, that he was being juvenile for wanting attention from another woman. I did ask him why he always brushed things off and never took action before. He said he couldn't explain it. It just felt good. He assured me he never wanted to sleep with her, and never advanced things that way. It was just nice having someone around who was fawning over him like a fan. For those who said he didn't know what an emotional affair was and was just agreeing with me, you are right. He admitted he didn't really understand what an emotional affair was, but after looking it up, he agreed that's what it was, though unintentional. He said he didn't want to lose his friend, so he just went along with a lot of what she did. He admitted he was deep into a fog, but me leaving and this conversation with his mom was the one thing that brought him out of it. He said he didn't want to fight. My husband is big on giving me space, so when I left, he didn't chase after me because he thought it would be best for us to just cool down and think about this and hopefully come back and discuss it more rationally. He did reach out to Sarah, though they didn't meet in person. They had a phone call. He told her they couldn't remain as close and that their out of office texts and calls needed to stop. That he would get a replacement mug she wasn't to touch, and that they needed to cut back on their lunches. He wanted to handle this before talking to me to show he was serious. Sarah didn't take it well. She started berating me, saying I was forcing him to do this. My husband stopped her and said no, he was doing this because his marriage was important. He admitted letting things go too far, but clarified he had no romantic interest in her. He told her if she had feelings for him, she needed to distance herself immediately. Sarah ended up ruining their friendship herself, though my husband was willing to maintain a more distant friendship. Her comments about me and him, claiming she'd never want him and that everything she did was because she knew we weren't meant to be together and she was trying to open his eyes.
We belong
He
together.
said he couldn't believe he'd never seen how vindictive and awful she was. She was almost venomous. It didn't end well. After handling that situation, he came to see me, wanting to ensure I knew he understood and was taking the proper steps. He said we could do whatever I needed. I know some of you will say I'm wrong, that divorce is the only option because he had an emotional affair. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm not divorcing my husband. I told him we needed counseling for both of us. Yes, going through all his devices, emails, and texts might have been extreme. He agreed it felt like a breach of privacy, but understood given the circumstances. I told him we both needed to work on things. As of right now, I guess you could say that we're separated. We're not staying in the same house, we're going to attend counseling. I don't want to just jump back into things with him. I want it to seem like it was okay to make I don't want it to seem like it was okay to make me feel like I was the second option to ignore all those red flags and brush me off. This has to be worked on. I'm leaving his mother's house and staying with a friend. I'm not sure if anyone's going to want another day after this. Sorry, it's so anticlimactic. Sorry, it's typical. Oh, you just go back together. I mean, it's what it is, but it isn't. I love my husband. I know he loves me. I don't think everything is an end all, be all yes. It's
I agree.
be all yes. Terrible situation. Yes, it did a terrible thing, but I want my marriage to last, so we're giving it another go. I genuinely hope this is my last update, but if it's not, yeah, we know. Thank you for all the messages, all the support, everything. It really has been a huge help.
Yeah, I do agree with her with the therapy, of course. Especially when she asked like why did he like let her like let Sarah disrespect her and it was like just felt good. Why did he feel good?
Yeah, right. If it
Ew. That's so they have a lot of things to unpack and I feel like they're like this is a step in the right direction. And that's what people do. You go for counseling, like
yeah, you
try
to work
stuff
it
now.
out,
Do you
not
get
just say, oh, I'm not doing it again and
bounce?
then I'm leaving.
No.
That's Are you even ready for marriage like this? That one clearly wasn't ready
She
for
was not
marriage.
ready. They said she never loved that guy. I just
I think she was just
for
looking for
ring.
the first wrongdoing and then to so she could just run away. Because like that was the first thing. And then the next thing she was like, no,
No.
I can't do this
No.
anymore.
But this one I guess it's good that OP like took a stand early on because if she had continued to like just withstand it, maybe she would have lost the guy really. And she was like, "Oh, what's if I said something earlier?" So it's good that she took a stand and she made him see and she moved out. Like she had to like push him back into reality. I guess she was just so used to the fact that oh, this one will always be there. You know when this person was going to be there, you take them for granted. So it was taking them for granted already. So it was nice that she made him realize that you can't take me for granted. I can leave if I want to leave. I'm not tied to you.
Exactly.
So or like that gorgeous one.
That ends well. That's Sarah, a bitch.
It's normal. You always have people that will always come and they will be very shiny and very
Yeah, it's just left for you
to okay, this person, this is more important to me. And if OP had actually not moved, that would have never seen the perspective that she's actually important to him.
Yes.
So
So it was a good thing that she left because it made him realize that man, I'm about to lose this shit. Right.
and so basically counseling is just like how to prevent it from not happening again. Because what made him even lose sight of it in the first place? Like,
Yeah.
why did you find this person so
And
shiny
why
and
did you
attractive?
entertain it for so long?
Like, what
what
is
are you lacking?
exactly? It's something that's lacking for you. So you're looking for that thing outside. I guess they'll I don't know, this all of that's in counseling, and hopefully they'll get stronger and better and stuff.
So the first comment here is, hi, I'm glad that you're not going through the typical Reddit and divorcing routes. What I say, Reddit. This is real life with real people and real feelings. You have to see if you can walk through. This is marriage. It's tough sometimes. When you go through shit like this, you go through shit like this together. Now, if you had a physical affair with her, then yeah, divorcing. But since you did it, it's more nuanced than that. And you know what I would like to hear an update, because if things do or don't work out, I want to see you living your best life, with or without him. In the end, you'll be coming out stronger and than you did your first post. Edit. Also, I agree with other posters. You need to tell your husband that distant friendship isn't good enough. That no friendship is the only thing on the table. If you don't agree to that, then maybe divorce is the only option then.
Everything not end. She said the thing ended bad now.
Because of the way she spoke
yes.
to him, it was like,
so the friendship that's finished now.
Oh, the devil.
That's finished. I'm surprised I did not see it all this time. Maybe because it was now towards him. He could now say, "Oh, it's not that nice."
Not
So,
that nice. So, hope you replied to this comment. She said, I know a lot of people have been saying this, but you have to understand, my husband still has to work with Sarah.
Yeah, you just have to be cordial.
Yes, he could quit his job, but finding another job takes time. So as of now, he has to work with her. So when I said he wanted to maintain a distant friendship, I was meaning that he wanted things to be cordial at work, so he didn't just outright cut her off. We had a very long conversation about it, and I should have added it to my updates, but I didn't. When I mentioned him saying distant friendship, it wasn't him saying I'm not cutting her off. It was, I don't want this to turn into a big thing at work, so I'm going to do this gradually and go ahead and set hard boundaries, and then slowly we'll just drift apart because I'll start pulling away. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but that was his thought process.
No, it's not. When it's a work relationship, you cannot just because there'll be crashes, so you have to do it sensibly. It's normal. It's very normal. I think that's why some people don't like when in the company, like people like employees are getting involved, because they don't want a situation where you guys now break up, start affecting the work. So yeah, it's funny way to navigate it like in a good way. But yeah, I guess all is well that ends well with these people. Hopefully they're able to rectify.
Yeah, okay, good luck to you and your husband, and hope counseling works for you guys. And hope it doesn't fall back into Sarah's arms. But yeah, that's it. So we're going to the point where I read out 3 stories for you to pick one. Are you ready? Okay.
I was born ready.
Okay, so the first story. My 28 female husband, 31 male, thinks I'm cheating because we went through a box of condoms. How do I bring it up without sounding defensive?
Went through a box of condoms. Did they count them?
I guess they finish fast, and then it's like, are you cheating on me? Where all our condoms?
Typically, it's not the other way around. But you know, allow.
Yeah, and then the second story. My 33 female husband, 36 male, may have cheated on me with my dead best friend and had an affair baby.
Eh? And she's even dead, so you can't even throw hands.
Because there's no way to move confirm. So like she's dead. Did it happen or didn't it happen? Then third story is I ruined my wife's life.
That's all.
That's all this said.
That's very intriguing.
What do you mean that you ruined your? What did you do?
I ruined my wife's life. I feel like I like the sound of that. It's very vague, yet I don't know. Hopefully, it's even interesting. But I ruined my wife. That's very. It's a statement. It's not a question. I think I find that intriguing.
So that's the one you want?
I think so. I want to know how he ruined her life, and if he did ruin her life, so I can bash him.
Yeah, show them kill me. It's a very, very long one.
Oh, it's.
Oh my God! It's a very, very long.
Do you want me to switch?
No, yeah, you picked it.
Yeah.
Definitely, we have to go through this. We can do this.
No, but you pick him. Sorry.
I think you're going to pick maybe the one with the box of condoms.
I thought so too, but I just like this. It's just I ruined my wife's life. How?
How? What did you do? What did she do to you?
Precisely. Why did you do such?
why did you just start it that I ruined my wife's life? Why?
Like, you know, did I ruin? I
Exactly.
ruined
Yeah,
my
you're
wife.
sure
Do you
that you
understand?
ruined it.
Like, I want to know.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I, for the three males, try to do my best to provide for my wife, the day female, and two kids, 3 and 5, as well as my mother-in-law. I would like to think I am doing a decent job. Over the years, I worked to improve our family's living situation. Not only did I complete another bachelor's and recently master's in a STEM-related degree, I at the same time worked 2 full-time jobs while completing my second bachelor's and put my wife through school as well. She completed a degree where she could make good money, 60 to 70K per year, in a healthcare field that always has jobs available. But with the birth of our 2 kids, she has since gave up on her career to be a stay-at-home mom for the time being. At first, it was a struggle while I was finishing up my master's. Once I completed it, after our youngest turned 3, my career took a jump up and we are now able to afford our single income household in a more feasible manner. We're far from rich but do okay for a single income family of 4, a little north of 150K base plus bonuses. The past year life was overwhelming for my wife. So even though I now work 75% from home, I budgeted to hire a daytime nanny to help her around the house with one child while the other is in school now. My day starts every day around 5:30 to 6 a.m. I get the house ready for the day before the nanny comes at 8. I get our oldest up and ready for school, breakfast made, and plan out my day. Bring our oldest to drop off and be home in time to let the nanny in. My most recent task at work has me grounded for the next 2 months, meaning I am now 100% work from home. While this is nice, a I'm busy in meetings all day as my role manages teams on a global scale as I oversee projects from my industry. For the past 1.5 months, I've realized my wife, as much as she says her life is stressful at home, starts at 10 a.m. I asked my mother-in-law and nanny if this was always the case after a week or so of work from home, and they had both responded more or less, sometimes earlier, sometimes later. My wife literally wakes up and cooks and then scrolls through her phone or shops from home, which brings me to my gripe. I'm glad I'm able to provide her that sort of life since we both grew up lacking in means. I get the possibility of postpartum depression, the stress of having kids, the feeling of being unfulfilled, the fact that I probably am a shitty husband, but for what it's worth, everything is taken care of and then some. I manage the house's finances. She claimed she was too busy to do so. Pay all the household bills. I pay my own personal bills. I pay her bills. Track and perform all the upkeep of our house, appliances, cars, pets, etc. And I also help pay for my mother-in-law's medical bills and car notes. But apparently, my life is on easy street compared to hers. I can't be compressed to her because it seems like she always feels the need to one up me. I had a bad day, but she had it worse because I'm lucky I got to go away and work.
Oops.
My feet hurt from working all day during work travel, which is nothing compared to her standing and cooking with a child clinging to her. For the past 2 or so years, I've been told I ruined her life, her opportunities, etc. But when I reminded her of what she says, she denies and dodges accountability. My mother-in-law has brought me aside and stated she's noticed a change in both my wife and myself. I have a greater attachment to my kids, and hell, I've hugged the dogs and talked to them more about my life than to my wife. I honestly
Yeah.
feel like I'm in emotional survival mode as I'm one step from moving up the career ladder and one step away from finding love and comfort from the bottom of a whiskey bottle. I'm sure I'll be hearing from the manly men of Reddit about how I'm simping, but I'm not a machine. I just want to know and feel that someone I prioritize aside from my kids appreciates and loves me for what I do. I'm sure I'll hear from the stay-at-home moms of Reddit, which is fine. I grew up in a single parent slash mother household. It's not easy, and honestly, with the help of a mother and nanny Monday to Friday for one toddler while under is at school, can you honestly tell me she's having a typical stay-at-home mom experience? Because neither my friends nor colleagues who are single parents can say she is. I'm sure she masses of holier than thou redditors. I'm sure the masses of holier than thou redditors will consider this a poorly written fanfic, but it is what it is. That is the end.
Oh, I wanted that would have like there will be more.
There are more updates, but that's the end for the brief story. Should we just run through everything?
What do you think?
Um, should we unpack this first?
What do you
And then
think?
maybe run through all the other updates together.
Okay. I
So let's
guess.
unpack this. So basically, it's saying that like he's doing all the work, think of everything, but it doesn't feel loved and cared for.
I don't understand why she feels the need to compare. I understand that you
Some
feel
people
like you're
do
missing
that.
out. But if I'm saying it's even a Nigerian thing, I don't
Some
know if it's
people
an
do
African
that. It's
thing.
like
When you
I'm telling
say
you what's gonna win, they'll be like, "Oh, me too. I have."
yeah, in fact, they will not use one. I will say, if when it happened to me, I did
I
this.
swear,
Do you understand?
it's like that
Right?
was even small.
Yeah,
What do you mean? But this is what I'm going through right now. I'm
yeah, it's
telling
kind
you
of
what I'm
like
going through right now.
downplaying like how you feel because you feel like they had like a worse
No, but
experience.
I don't want to hear that. I'm just trying to express to you what is
I
going
don't
on
know
with me
why
right now.
people somebody like that really, and I guess she's that kind of person. She feels like she's not going out to work, she's missing out on that, so you can't come and complain to her when she's here
Oh, but
doing
that's not
menial labor,
that's not
taking
his
care of a baby
fault
and
because it's like he
cooking
said he put her through school for a career and then she stopped.
because of the children maybe.
Yeah, but now she has nannies and a mother-in-law in the house helping. So it's like you
She
can decide to
can
go
go
back to
back.
work if you want.
I think she it's easy to blame him.
I guess.
It is, and when it's easy to blame someone, you rather just do that than do any other thing in your life. You say, it's your fault. It's your fault. Okay, what are you doing about it? It's still your fault.
Okay, so I think I added more stuff for more
Mm.
context. So thank you for the replies. To add more context, one, never cheated. I do work in an industry that has a large female population, but I'm literally an open book with work. Name, colleagues, and staff under me. She has access to my work agendas and correspondence if she really wanted to snoop. But on that note, she still doesn't know what exactly I do for a living at this time. Two, we as a whole family, her parents and mine, have tried together to go to therapy, but she refuses or skirts around the issue. Three, aside from my coming from a single mother household per se, my biological dad was present in my life. She has both parents in a reportedly monogamous marriage for over 40 years. Four, I have tried to talk to her about everything and my own feelings, but again, one upmanship tends to be the trend here. Five, when am I getting out of the marriage was asked. Now, aside from my two beautiful kids, I've been asking myself the same question. We have a near non-existent sex life, mainly since last year. I always figured maybe it's part of depression or whatever she may be going through. Maybe I'm just not attractive enough or just horrible in bed because of my health conditions. But because of my health conditions, I'm not some supermodel husband, but temptation and opportunity does knock and I can perform still, but I never give in because as cliche as it sounds, I honestly do love my wife and want to
Aww.
only be with her. Six, I'll give credit where credit is due, as I don't want to sound biased. When I say she wakes up and cooks, she cooks for everyone in the house, myself, kids, mother-in-law, and even nanny. Aside from breakfast, she cooks all meals and snacks. I typically fast until lunch time, and our oldest tends to eat a small, simple breakfast in case they don't like what school serves that morning. She does load both the kid and her laundry, but seldomly folds and puts them up. I typically do my own and rest of my clothes. I dry clean because they are work clothes. She does keep track of our pantry and fridge, but after she makes the list, I'm the one who goes out and buys everything, if not delivered. She does clean our bathrooms and house 50% of the time. The other 50 is done by either mother-in-law or myself or sometimes nanny if she feels like being extra helpful. Seven, prior to nanny, my mother-in-law was the main help for my wife, but up until she had unexpected medical needs. So I opted to hire a nanny to help them both. More so when mother-in-law is having treatment and recovering.
That's
That's the um, edit he added, but he has posted an update. So the updates, not sure if anyone would read it, but thank you to those who have reached out and chit chatted. While I know I've kept my newfound friends here updated, I figured I'd just update my post and keep it short. I showed my wife the post the following weekend. She read it and all the comments. Long story short, argument. She left our house to stay with her sister, and I've been a single parent since. It's sad to say, aside from the good night to our kids, it's all pretty much the same routine. Nothing much Not too much else to say other than thank you for all the kind words of encouragement. Just need to add, this post got bigger than I expected from a venting post, but I've responded to a few comments. Nonetheless, thank you for your comments and DMs, and more so for all the offers to let me ruin your life. Ha! It's been the highlight of my day/night as I sit here drinking with my dog while everyone else is asleep. It feels depressingly sad that I feel that I have to turn to random internet strangers for some sort of validation in my rant. My apologies in advance as I try to keep this as vague as possible. Then another update. posted.
Did you find that one?
Posted a month after. So it's not the final one.
How many updates?
I just wanted to update those who have been kind enough to check up via DM and comment. Apologies in advance for the lengthy post. It's a bit of irony and coincidence that I made a follow-up from the update of 6th May 2024 I made on my original post during Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, but I could really use another outlet outside of my therapist. My apologies if this isn't the storybook ending destroying of a relationship people were hoping for. To save your read, wife left. Came back like nothing happened. She made it about her. Nothing's changed. I'm continuing to be suffering mentally, knowing nothing will change while trying to keep it together for our kids. Lots of takeout. The day after she packed up and left, my wife attempted to come back and take the kids with her to her sisters. Naturally, I was against this, and thankfully, so was her whole family, including said sister. Not only was it not fair to our kids to have her sweep them away into a home that's not theirs, but to put that financial and housing stress on the rest of our family since she doesn't work and her sister and her family, husband and 3 kids, stays with their dad in the house they grew up in. After a little over a week of being away, I guess she cooled off, so she just decided that it would be fine if she walked in the door with her bags as if she just came back from Target. She came into my office while I was working angrily, stared at me while I sat on a conference call meeting with my team, and I couldn't just jump off as this is a busy time of the quarter for us. I guess that didn't sit well with her because once I took off my headset and closed my laptop, she started yelling at me about how much I really don't care about her and her well-being overall. At that moment, I couldn't do anything more than look at her, just shake my head. Mother-in-law came in after hearing my wife yelling and pulled her away, telling her to not bother me while our nanny kept our youngest away from it all on the other side of the house. That night, after the kids were put to bed, I sat in my office by myself, they drink as I've been doing for the past night, and my wife came in. We talked, we argued, we cried, we drank. One thing led to another, and we were in bed. I wish I could say that was our making up, but the next sobering morning, as we laid there, she went on about how hard it was for her the time she was gone. Literally, it was about her struggles staying at a family house in her old room with her dad and sister's family. How lucky I am to be able to stay here and do this and that and buy this and do that and not stress as much as I did. How easy my and everyone else's in our family lives are compared to hers, even though we had similar upbringings. My mind and heart broke that morning. I've been spiraling down since then, and this last week I made another attempt to reconcile and talk things out. But I was met with a shouting match while trying to express my current stress and anxieties with life and work in general. Wife, well, do you know how hard this is for me? You're supposed to help me be happy. Me. So when it comes to my happiness, stress, needs, and overall well-being, fuck me, get over it, right? Wife, we all have our own problems. We need to figure it out and get over them. I don't know who the woman I am at home with is, but that wasn't the woman I married and vowed to spend my life with and raise our kids together. Since that conversation, I've been noticeably distant with her. I've been sleeping in my office or on the couch or with my kids in their bed after putting either one of them to sleep. Still doesn't change her starting her day at 10 a.m. and sitting on her phone, talking to her mom groups between cooking meals and the kids in both mother-in-law and nanny's care.
Sorry, too long, yeah.
So,
That's I'm like, how long? I mean, how much longer?
sit down. Sit down.
Are you sure we're going to finish this thing? It's really long.
It is
How did someone sit down to
long.
type all this thing? Are you a journalist?
The guy is really going through it.
Really long.
Married.
Which parts?
So I stopped here.
Okay. So I'm taking over as the reader because this is really long.
Too long.
Too long. Okay, so to continue, nothing has changed, and I doubt that anything will change. Sadly, I think even if we got a divorce, nothing would change or feel different anyway. Since during my wife's leaving, the days seemed like any other day except with a little more takeout than usual. My main fear my main fear there isn't that I wouldn't just lose my wife, I lose my kids in the process. So I guess it's hard to say the grand finale to my story with like a lot of men with like a lot of men and some women I've talked to here, I'll just continue to smile and suffer in silence. First off, thank you for all the comments and DMs. Some context and clarification, since admittedly my post was emotionally charged since I typed it up after another argument. Post birth, our kids' pediatrician's office gave my wife those postpartum depression screening forms, and during the time of both, she scored pretty high and was suggested to see a therapist. With our second child, she scored significantly higher, and we, or I should say, I made an effort to get her the help that she needs. She refused, so entered mother-in-law and nanny for support. I know what people will say or think, but this is one of the reasons I am not 100% ready to just give up and file our life together away. Also, I know silently suffering in the near and long run of our kids' future will not add to a healthy atmosphere, but neither would a bitter and hateful divorce. I know some have compared it to the compared it to the ripping off a band. I've compared it to the ripping off a bandage. Yikes! Seeing it hurt at first, but that pain goes away. But I'd rather try to spare my kids thinking that their parents ended up hating each other because of them or something along those lines. I've told a few people I talked to in DM since my last post a little more insight to my personal life. Oh my god. How are they using the punctuations my god, it's killing me.
Now you see how I'm struggling.
What happened? I've told a few people I talked to in DMs in my last post a little more insight to my personal life prior to my promotion. Oh my god. Prior to my promotion, I was a PM managing teams and budgets. So out of habit, I plan for a lot of what ifs. That being said, I made a number of contingency plans if sadly things went south. So yes, I have talked to a lawyer, 3 actually, know our rights and what each of us are entitled to. Have a draft settlement created and on hold until I feel I need to use it. I know what I want and I'm willing to offer more than what is fair for our kids' well-being, but also have a plan if we end up going to court. It's 100% of me that I am suffering in silence, but I'm too stubborn to just give up. So while I'm waiting, I don't expect anyone to feel sorry for me. I enjoy to keep the norm our kids know, ensure my mother-in-law's treatments go uninterrupted, and of course, they hope my wife would finally be open to give therapy a shot and climb together to a better place. Thank you all again. So this is yet another update. Yet another update.
Months later.
Oh my god. First and foremost, what's still there?
Too long, don't read.
What do you mean too long, don't read? We're already here.
Like it gives it just like when they put it there, they're just like reading, giving like a short summary of the entire thing that they're about.
So we should not read it or what? Because I'm seeing bachelors and they didn't mention any bachelors before.
Yeah, so just leave that and just continue from I'm done.
Where's I'm done? Okay. I'm done. So dramatic. I'm done. Your terrible writing. Wife said, I don't do and I'm not shit Wife said I don't do and I'm not shit in front of therapist and family Father's Day dinner. She got served. She mad. But what the hell is going on? She's trying to act perfect and I'm just waiting while taking care of my family, kids, my mom, my mother-in-law. Oh well, I'll just ruin everyone else's life too in my family. What? I'll just ruin everybody else's life too in my family. Secondly, to clear some confusion, I did not get to bachelor's and a master's while working 2 jobs at the same time as some readers are assuming. Bachelor's 1 graduated in the early 2000s. Bachelor's 2 via online years, 2 classes a semester later while working 2 full-time jobs. Job 1, hospital 36 over 48 scheduled. Job 2, big box store 36 for Chineke. 36 to 40 hours spread out 7 days a week to pay for both my and my wife's tuition because she decided to go back to school before we had kids. After graduating from Bachelor's 2 and entering the industry I'm in now, I was able to work 1 job and get my master's. So no, I did not get 3 degrees at the same time or in that close succession. And I'm surprised that I actually have to spell this out as someone working 2 jobs while going to school. Isn't that uncommon? Or at least that's what I thought. My wife chooses not to work. She does technically have a job. She just barely works it to the point we forget she has a job. As in, she worked one day 4 to 5 months ago for 8 hours on a Tuesday. Kind of barely works. Our job, our manager is really supportive. Flex PRN model, whatever that means. And gives her a list of days they need coverage and she can choose to pick up a shift or not. While she can work more and only does just enough to keep up her license, She complains to her family of her career being on hold for one reason or the other, although she has the opportunity to work more if she opted to. All things considered, she has an available supportive circle around her for either decision she falls on. Our family, our job, and I have made multiple offers and taken many steps to open that door for her to go back to work. That is, nanny, mother-in-law moved in to help, I work from home, a crazy flex PRM schedule, etc., etc. But here we are. I am and have been in therapy for myself already. Aside from what I deal with at home, my work can be very debilitating in regard to my mental health, as well as physical at times. Since I can't find the support I need mentally and physically at home with my wife, I've opted to attend therapy rather than find comfort with someone outside of the home at the bottom of the bottle. I've tried to express this to my wife, and as mentioned in my previous post, she has a habit of one-upping me, and here we are. My in-laws are still married, given the circumstances in our home. My mother-in-law moved in to help out my wife, while my sister-in-law and her family moved back into their parents' house due to their own reasons. Sister-in-law and her family can save money while getting back on their feet, and my wife and I benefit from mother-in-law's help, and we can keep a closer eye on our while she undergoes bi-monthly treatments. My wife, by means of questionnaires, is highly suspected to have PPD, alongside with a history of symptomatic OCD, ADHD, amongst other ailments that over the years she refused to get evaluated for or refused to accept results given. Refused to accept results. Indeed. I knew what I was getting into, and I accepted my wife for these flaws as she did mine at the time. Spare me your I don't feel sorry for you or pity. I'm like every other man who fell in love. I wanted to give my person the best of me and the world I can offer. But again, here we are. In fact, you too do. There's a lot of manly men / red pill nation guys out there complaining and saying I'm simping over my wife. While I respect your own opinions and perspectives, I will outright say if the situation was only affecting my life, I would have left a long time ago. As one Redditor said in a post comment that stuck to me, I am the kind of person that would take a bullet for his kids. Maybe it's in a different context intended, but to protect my children from any harm physically or mentally, I'll take the proverbial bullets if and as needed. I like to think other dads out there would respond to the duty to protect their children, and that's why I enjoyed as much as I have. For the time being, I'd rather my wife use me as an outlet for whatever our problems were versus our kids. Thank you for all the comments and reaching out. I've met many strangers who have become great Reddit pen pals, and some who have been in the know of every step that has been progressing to this point. I'm surprised at how far this has gone from other subreddits, other platforms, and even YouTube. Love me, hate me, say it's all fake. No matter where you stand. Thank you for all the constructive comments and DMs to check in. Our kids and myself are going to be alright moving forward. I thought that was the end. Now for the updates. Hey, so what have we been doing since?
Hey, I should going to do this thing. What's wrong with this guy?
What have we been doing since?
What's wrong with this guy?
That was not the updates.
It's so sad that he has so much to talk about.
That was just context.
Mad. What's this?
Now it's the update. You know, he said
I'm looking at you.
You know, in the beginning, he said that I'm done, right? So that was just this is now the what made the done. Where's beginning? Okay, now for the updates.
See. This one again. Wait till they send that one. Okay.
Oh my god! This story is killing me. Oh my god. Where is it? Okay, now for the updates. The end of an episode dramatic. Bad English.
Yes.
This will be shorter than some expected. Shorter? Are you joking? Shorter than some expected. As really.
I'm sure people are even lost. I'm sure people don't even know.
I know.
Okay, about it.
As really, there's not much to say. But just.
There's not much to say. Time to template. There's not much to say, but then take a whole page.
Oh, it's killing me. But just satiate the questions some of you may have had and give people the satisfaction of the I told you so moment on Reddit. After a hard push from our family via an intervention, my wife and I finally attempted to go to marriage counseling, praise God. I'm sure many of you can guess how well that went. Blame, tears, regrets, gaslighting, with a side of, I am the reason for our life being ruined and horrible. Again, just this time in front of a licensed therapist instead of Reddit or mom groups. In the end, everything the therapist suggested and noted went over her head and ignored as it was against the grain of a status quo. One thing I guess worth saying was therapist asked if she could recall when she last truly felt happy. Our response was about 12 or so years ago. Chineke. Please note, 2 years ago, she was still in her 20s, childless, living with her ex. A vastly different time and position in life. I know it's petty of me, but I guess if that's when she was last happy, it wouldn't be that far of a stretch for her to find the happiness again, since her ex is in the same apartment, job, and place in life that it was 12 years ago. What kind of shit is this?
That means this woman doesn't even want anything serious in life. She just wants to be 20s, living with her ex, and probably doing dumb shit.
I don't like.
Is it that you don't want to progress in life?
No, she was fine the way she was.
You were happy. It was 12 years
Not
ago.
even like the children don't even make her happy.
Exactly. Like what?
Nah.
This is a very, very big problem.
Nah. Then which is fine if that's how you want to live life. I try not to judge, but in my 40s with kids, going clubbing 3 to 4 days a week is not my jam anymore. And of course, I don't want my kids around a mom and company who drowns themselves in White Claws. To add, I know some will ask, I know and can confirm she hasn't physically cheated on me, but can't confirm if she did emotionally, if that's the right term. After said therapy session, I checked all her phone records and didn't see anything out of the ordinary. But I also didn't bother to check apps like IG or Snapchat. I know I'm probably boring, but shout out to all the Costco dads whose Sunday fun day includes making rounds with kids for samples. Why'd you just drop that? Are you okay? The following weekend was Father's Day, and this year, as expected, not that big of a celebration as it is for many dads out there. Our family got together to celebrate with a barbecue and just simple family time, and my wife treated it like any other day. Sleep in, get up, cook, phone, sleep, cook, phone, shop, attempt to play with kids, phone. During said family barbecue, my wife said she felt ill, so she sat around most of the day, while the rest of the family as a whole made the experience enjoyable. When everything was set up and the family all sat at the table, our parents and sisters' family, my mother, our kids, admittingly, it was a great spread. No, admittingly, kid, it was a great spread. Nothing extravagant, but just a great meal for everyone. I was conversing with my brother-in-law about both of our kids' school Father's Day activities, and I assume my wife overheard when I mentioned that it was a little sad to see some kids sit alone without their fathers during the breakfast with dad event I attended. She blurted out with a laugh loud enough for the whole room to hear. It's not like you do anything anyway. I could have gone instead. At that moment, I was red and at a loss for words, sitting there processing what she said in my head, while the dining room went dead silent. My mother-in-law broke the awkwardness and in response said, well, maybe if you feel that way, one of you should divorce the other. Woo! My wife looked at my mother-in-law, confused that she would respond with that, and laughed mockingly in my direction and with her hand pointing at me, said, as if another woman would want a man like him. Just look at you. While the room sat silent.
What is wrong with this woman?
I was angry, heartbroken, confused, and embarrassed all at the same time. In manly man fashion, I just nodded my head in silence, stood up and picked up my keys and got to my truck and drove off to get a drink while trying to ignore the cries of the rest of the family and our kids telling me to stay. I don't know what was said or done while I was out of the house the rest of the Sunday because I couldn't bring myself to check our house cameras. But when I returned early Monday morning, the house had a completely different feel. As usual, I woke up around 6, got the house and our oldest ready for school drop-off. Checked emails, checked messages, nothing out of the ordinary. As I was getting dressed to leave, my wife laid in our bed, snoring lightly. All I could do was look at her and think of what we had and now lost. I've decided, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I texted my lawyer that morning to move forward with serving her. Fast forward to last week, she was served at our home, reminded people I had no choice but to be there because I work from home. She had, I guess, what you could call a mini meltdown and came to my office screaming, how could I do this to her? Our mother intervened and that was met with me supposedly turning our whole family against her. But I digress. I probably would have felt bad if it wasn't immediately followed by the rest of the week acting as if she's been this active and attentive wife and mother the past few years. Sure, people can say she's making an attempt, but she's made many attempts. And historically, we'll fall back to where we've been. For those curious, I'm aiming for full or at least majority custody of our kids. I already and will continue to cover all the expenses for our kids, insurance, tuition. Both of our kids will be attending private schools come fall, medical bills, etc. My mother-in-law has given me the courage and strength that helps supplement my own mother's support throughout this. Basically, she's what I hope the kind of mother or wife my wife would have been to our kids and me. Out of respect for my mother-in-law, as well as per my own mother's shared wishes, I'll continue to help oversee and contribute financial help if needed during our treatment. While some may feel I should cut their whole family off, I know the hardships pushed onto a family while dealing with cancer, and I've dealt with this firsthand as a family member and care provider on both sides of the desk. All in all, I'm prepared to go to war if needed, but I just want a clean, no forced divorce. My wife has no alimony coming, so sorry for the Redditors and mommy gang Facebook groups saying that she needs to divorce me first and get that sweet, sweet alimony money.
1, we live in a state that does not typically enforce alimony. 2, she has a means of gainful employment immediately. 3, to help curb any possible problems, I will cover insurance and bills until either divorce is finalized or when she gains full employment. So that's that. I'm done and waiting for the steps to be taken for everything to be finalized. Sorry, it wasn't as exciting of a story with plot twists as some may have hoped for, but that's life. Not sure I'll update this once it's all finalized. Liar! Which probably won't be for a few more months, depending if we go to war or not. Dot dot dot. This is the final update, I think.
Yes.
So, recent, 7 months after. In respect to the subreddits, I guess I should get off my chest that as much as I don't want to care anymore, I still do to some degree. Thank you for all the comments, messages, and to the handful of people who have become ready pen pals throughout my journey in this matter. It took some time for me to update as between adjusting to my new life and slowly cutting ties with the past and moving forward for our children, family and work. Family and work has and work has been my priority. With that, I wanted to provide an update for those who may have been curious. Too long, don't read. Divorce finalized, you take the money, and seem to have spent damn near all of it. Kids are good, mother-in-law is doing good, promotion, salary increase, and new home to start new life in a new year for me. Over time, taking household items from my house and combining incomes with a boyfriend to make quarter of what I make a month for her. Yes, shameless plug. Don't judge me. I am moving on. I have no interest currently in romance and want to primarily focus on our kids. Now for the updates. Since my last update, I've been under the scrutiny of our social circles and labeled every typical toxic man or husband stereotype that Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram has to offer. As much as I hate the saying, I kind of understand the "you know my name but not my story" post now. With that said, these strangers or alienated family and friends can take your opinions and go fuck themselves, because in the end, if our kids are happy, healthy, and flourishing under my toxic household, what is it to you? The more important updates. Oh my god, that wasn't oh my god. The more important updates, we're divorced. I have majority custody, and even though my ex is now trying to be the present mother whenever our now busy schedule allows it, it's too late, too little, too late. My mother-in-law continues to be responding well to treatments, and sister-in-law has now taken over where my ex was supposed to be in helping oversee her care. Post-divorce, I recently moved homes and jobs and accepted the next step forward career-wise, which my company has been kind enough to slowly transition me into the role as leadership understands what I'm going through at home. Interestingly, it's amazing how common my story is amongst my colleagues and network. I am sad / happy to say I'm now one of the newer members of the Fellowship of Divorce Directors and Execs. As sad as it may sound, it is nice to know that many understand and are willing to offer a high degree of support, advice, assistance, and guidance as needed. The divorce itself was quick, but it still had its sad and angry moments, and many of the people in my camp think my ex got away with robbery. Well, the fact that I was awarded majority custody and per agreement to have our kids almost every day, and I know they're safe under my roof, is worth every cent. While I had no say or real cares how my ex moved forward with meditation, as long as she agreed to terms, I think the biggest slap in the face to me was how she delegated her boyfriend as someone to advise her throughout this process, because his opinion is more important than any lawyer who isn't looking out for my best interests. At this point, the holidays were around the corner, and I didn't want this to disrupt the holidays for our kids and family. While I was prepared to go to court, my ex did not want to diminish her payout. I just wanted things over and done with. I'll leave out the final details of the terms, but in exchange for having majority custody and taking care of all expenses related to our children, I would give her that lump sum she was aiming for with no request of child support on my end. She kept all her tangible possessions, that is, car, bags, clothes, jewelry. I had to sell the home and split the profits from the sale and foot the bill on taxes, gave her almost all our joint bank accounts after legal fees, and to top it off, laughably, she argued rights to alimony, which she's not getting. As a PSA, don't rely on legal advice from Facebook groups. In the end, reality sinks in. I like to think overall I'm a simple man. All I wanted to do was get married, have a family, and provide. With that goal in mind, I somehow got into a position where my spouse was able to choose if she wanted to work or not and not worry about anything outside of our family. How it turned out like this, I can't pinpoint. I'll admit that I'm a bit oblivious of what I did, but maybe it's my own fault, as some people stated, and I brought this onto myself. Post-settlement, I ended up downsizing and closed on a smaller but spacious house for the three of us and our dog, with a separate generational suite in our background for my mother-in-law to stay, as she wished to stay involved in our kids' care, regardless of if I was married to her daughter or not. Honestly, I made sure that addition to the home was available for her, because I hoped she'll be able and open to help until the kids were a little bit older. For what it's worth, it seems my ex found her happiness. luxury trips in a short time frame she wanted. Her boyfriend and her moved to a bigger place to stay, luxury high-rise studio, but still no place for our kids to stay. Our boyfriend got his dream car. She bought him a car, my God. And a long list of expenses and shopping sprees that kind of benefited our kids, if at all in any way, sprinkled in our social media accounts. She's rocking Cartier while our kids are sporting Carters. My ex came to visit our cute little house to visit our kids and mother-in-law and complimented me on my choice of home, and I was able to keep up the status quo of our home without her. I'm sure many will see the irony of this. I'm not entirely sure I'm motive or if I'm just reading too deep into it, but she dropped lines about how stressful and expensive their living expenses, rent, utilities, cell or internet service, and insurance are. Groceries are now and groceries are now. Hey, groceries are now. And how surprised it cost to feed her, her boyfriend, and whoever the hell comes to their home. I'm not sure why, but she initially was under the impression the generational suite was meant for her use when she has the time and wants to co-parent. She's even more tired and struggling with her schedule now because she works a total of 40 hours a week and forced to work overtime at times. And her boyfriend works, but I didn't dig or care about the details. But I do care that I think she thinks I don't notice that she takes some of our usual household staples and items with her before she left TIFF. Mainly bottles of soap she always bought for her home, Sonicare replacement brush heads and other toiletries, a new unopened bottle of the Mountain Valley water from the fridge when she visits, and I may be reading too deep into something again, but sometimes I find some of the Instax pics from the fridge missing. Usually just one of the kids or mother-in-law and the kids, but a few were of the four of us in the past. Yeah. Although our white cloth one takes business over their home's charming two-ply supply, I try to be as accommodating as possible so that she can still be involved with our kids. I learn her to drop by her home whenever, if ever she can. Still work primarily from home, so I'm always here. And keeping her in the loop about that. What is this typing? Keeping her in the loop about the activities and such. This is like you've killed our vibe with this story. My God.
Swear, I don't
Like we just went from like
the end of the story is again.
you've killed this story has killed the vibe. Oh God, why did I pick this story? Oh, Chima, why was it even in your list?
I want to know why you ruined this.
Now you know.
But this is just.
Oh
guy,
God, we are tired.
The guy has so much time on his hands. Like,
Oh,
believe that
he works from home. That's why.
True.
Oh.
What's this?
Oh my God, it's killing me. How much is left? Hey, okay, almost done. Okay, it was nice to see who struggle through it. It was much, but all of us have already dried.
That's what I actually now.
It was nice to see that she was able to make it to our youngest first Christmas school assembly, where our eldest had speaking parts in the play before work. Later that week, I brought our kids to bring her a plate of food on Christmas Day at the hospital because she has holidays to work. I'll be lying if I said that didn't hurt or that I didn't feel uncomfortable with the stares and whispers from our co-workers while I waited for the kids to excitedly give her their presents and wish their mom a Merry Christmas. Even though she was trying to be welcoming, all I could do was say Merry Christmas and wave goodbye from the distance as we left. This past Christmas, with as many blessings I have to be thankful for, it all felt so hollow at the same time. During New Year Eve, I embraced my inner Pinterest dad, trying to make everything as festive and fun possible, and copied ideas of doing a countdown at 9 p.m. for the kids with a balloon drop in our living room and popping some fireworks as soon as the sun sets. On that note, I should mention that I rediscovered my love of cooking, something I did for years while a bachelor with my roommates, and the stress of a 4 and 6-year-old insisting that they are mini versions of Gordon Ramsay and can provide Michelin level sous chef services. With the kids tucked away and asleep, I rang in the new year with my dog and a drink. Scrolling on my phone with the sounds of fireworks popping in the distance, I saw that my ex was living her best life in a new life, snap after snap after snap. So I made a mental checklist for the end of 2024. Self-esteem, almost gone. Confidence, hanging by a thread. Ability to open and trust anyone outside of my current inner circle, and dog, non-existent. Hatred towards my ex and her newfound life, surprisingly gone. All I could do is just laugh a little at the snap on my phone. She left me, she hurt me, but she did not destroy me. We're now two different people with two different lives, and I must move forward for the ones I owe it to. Other than the connection of our kids and some immediate family, we have no more connections, and I really have no interest in acting like I was in my 20s and 40s and spending half my paycheck on liquor because it's Tuesday and New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm just boring, but I kind of only want to focus on my kids and ensure that their lives and future is the best that I can provide.
You get
Because
it.
let me not even insult him.
You get it.
Ensure the people and projects I oversee stay afloat and going in this economy. And last but not least, make sure both my mother and ex-mother-in-law are taken care of in the future moving
Okay.
forward. Advice from what I learned. Nigga, are you consoling yourself with Reddit?
I don't understand this guy.
I am
This
tired.
is why the woman ran away. No, this has to be why. Like, what the fuck is this?
You're being so harsh.
Let's we've been reading for almost an hour.
And it's like the same thing like over and over again.
And
Oh
he
my
just keep
god.
repeating himself. Okay, you don't take care of your kids and mother-in-law.
Ah.
You're such a great man. We get it.
I'm tired.
We get it, bro.
It's final advice from what he learned. Okay, this is like the last couple of paragraphs. Advice from what I learned. Finally, he's giving us the tenuous advice that he learned.
Okay, tell us.
To the men out there, if you're in a similar situation, don't give up hope. But keep in mind, actions, records, and overall proof speaks louder than your words. But you're killing us with your words, my nigga. It's an uphill battle, but no man has to fight it alone. Plan, prepare, seek reputable counsel and advice, and in the end, execute. As hard as it may be, stay focused and be as objective as possible in these times. And most importantly, follow through with what you say and promise your kids. To the woman, stay off social media and compare your life to others. Just kidding. The first piece of advice applies to anyone regardless of how you identify. I don't think I'll be updated anymore. Praise God. Praise the Lord. But I do plan to keep this out. Alt? What's alt? It's alt just for my Reddit pen pals. So please feel free to say hi because it's nice to have new friends. Okay.
Okay, we're finally done.
I think I've even lost track.
About 30-45 minutes. I only know the basics, which is that, he's married to his wife, and she's depressed and miserable, and he's trying to make everybody around her also miserable, and he does everything, provides, they all live comfortably because he has gotten to the point where they don't have, they can afford to have her not have a job, and then they'll be fine. But she's still not happy. She's just depressed over and over and over. No matter how much he tries to talk to her, anytime he tries to talk to her, she's she always keeps saying, "No, our own life is worse. No other person's life is as bad as our own."
Master, why was she avoiding counseling?
Because I think she knew. She already knew what was going on. She already knew what the problem. She already knew what she wanted. It
was just to blame him.
Yeah, she wanted to blame him, and she just maybe didn't want to say it. But I think she knew what she wanted because she clearly did not love this man. That's one. I don't know if she was even in love with him before they even got married. Maybe she never planned to have kids, and maybe kids just came, and then it's like
she's like, "What am I doing? This is not what I want.
This is not the life I want. I want to be in my 20s, partying and drinking and living with my broke ex,
like La Vida Loca."
Not let to live a life anyhow. But this man is like, it's somebody that is focused. Like, oh, what I have to do is work, provide for my family, build, have kids, and just that. That is a very simple man. Like,
it feels like,
but she is like.
No, but like the thing is, she wasn't always like this.
No, she wasn't always like this.
So is it that she's going through midlife crisis?
I don't think that's it. It's just like I feel like maybe she's a bit overwhelmed. Maybe like I said, maybe she did not plan to maybe get married, have kids like this, and be a wife and a mother.
I guess.
And now it's getting to her place like, so what?
This wake up
in the morning, take care of the kids, make food, pick them.
But the thing is, she could have tried to do something much more. I know. Maybe the thing is, even if like she goes like gets a proper job, because apparently she even does have a job.
She has a job.
I guess she's just tired of the life that she's living. She was just tired of that life.
She wants to go back to her 20s where she's like
where things were exciting,
just partying and drinking and just having fun without thinking so much.
Boring.
She doesn't want responsibility. That was she doesn't want any sort of responsibility. So she taking care of 2 kids. Like, what kind of life is this?
This is what I signed up for.
She has to take care of kids. Because look at her saying, "Oh, I thought the place he built for his mother-in-law." They're like, "Oh, she thought it was for her because like, when time she feels she has time. When you feel like you have time to take care of your kids, then you just go there and take care of them for 5 minutes and then leave. What kind of mother is this?"
I think she probably just married because she thought like that's like the next step in life.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't think she was.
And she's taking that step, and she's like, "I don't like this. Can I go back? Can I maybe regress?"
Because how I'm saying, she really liked that
that era. Yes.
they broke up or they divorced, and then she went back to that because what when she's dating now, she's the one what's buying stuff
Yeah,
for
and they're
him,
going out, they're
and
going
they're
to
going
trip
out
them.
shopping and everything. This man, do you even win anything at all? Because it seems like you lost because why does she
That
have
was
so
it that
much
she said she
money?
robbed him now.
Why does she have so much money to be doing all of this while you are?
She's wearing Cartier.
Imagine, I say imagine.
She's wearing Cartier.
Imagine, like, well, I don't know. This
It's a very long. We actually lost track at some point, but it does. It seems a little self-pitying though. We just kept on talking about, oh, I'll do this for my kids. I'll do this. Like, I understand
Yeah.
that that's the only way you can feel comfortable at this point because you don't have friends. Doesn't it feel like this man
I
has
don't think
friends?
he has friends because if he did have friends, it would not be.
It seems really like lonely.
Yes, and he would not type this amount of.
No,
like,
it's too much.
He has so much time on his hands. One and two, he doesn't have friends. Maybe he doesn't. His family doesn't even talk to them because what is this?
It's very, it's
It's
giving lonely
too-
vibes. Like, just you come here and you're trying to like make yourself feel better with these words. Like, it kind of feels like you're literally seeking validation here as well. Like, you've made a decision. Like, you already know what you want, but they did not try. I can't lie. Like,
No,
they're embarrassing
she
him
didn't.
in front of the entire family and
Yeah,
everything.
That part where she was like, who would want to be married to you
Anyway, like,
is this man ugly or what?
she was like,
for someone that is doing everything for you, literally, like all the guys
What-
asking for is just
she's like, I think she should be now. She should
some
be in her 30s, yeah.
attention and somebody that would actually care for him because it doesn't even seem like she even cares about him.
Maybe she used to, but not anymore. That's faded. And that's happened with someone else. You can just wake up one day and like the next day. You can just wake up like and the next day they say they don't love you anymore. And there's nothing you can do about it.
At
It's
all.
not your fault. It's just they don't love you anymore. Hold up. They don't love you like I love you. Slow down. They don't love you like I love you. Back up. They don't
Okay,
love
let's
you
just
like
take
I
some of
love
the comments
you.
in this post. Let's see what people are saying.
Slow
If
down.
people actually finish with it. So the first one here says Sonicare replacement brush heads are like $40 each. It's a fucking racket. No fucking way am I just letting someone walk out of my house with those. Someone said it's $65 for 6 or 8 depending on the version from Costco. What's all this is important? I'm even done with this story. Even to read the comments, I think I'm done.
I think a lot of people don't like read
I don't think they
everything.
read everything.
Because it's a lot.
But okay, I don't know. There's
You've-
no advice for you here.
you already advised yourself now. You advised yourself.
You've done it. You ruined your wife's life. I don't think you ruined her life.
I don't
because
think
she's
so.
living her best life.
I don't think you ruined her life. I just think she wasn't ready. Like, you were kind of
You guys were different
incompatible.
pages,
Yes,
yeah.
like
She wanted something else and you wanted something else.
that's just the truth.
You might not have started out like that, but that's what happened.
That's what
maybe
happened.
After the second kid, and she's
Some people just wake up and say, I want to turn on that gender. No, but real though, that's what it's the same thing applies. And you're like, oh, like it's always been there. I think it's always been there for her, but she's been suppressing it, just like trying to get the kids doing the same thing, rinse, repeat. And it was easy for her to blame him because it's easy to blame. Like, oh, it's your fault. You ruined my life. Okay, but you can actually like, there's a nanny and you have a mother-in-law. You can actually find the work. You feel like work is what's going to keep you excited, but you don't want to. This will just lie there and rot.
Oh well, okay, good for you. You already got us and you killed our vibe. with
It's
this
a
long story, man.
longest thing.
Oh,
So I've gone with the
gosh.
condom zone, Joe.
I swear.
Oh God, if I'd known. If only I knew. But it's alright.
Guys, that's the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a long one, longer than normal. I'm sure this is like over 2 hours long.
Really?
Yes. But,
Oh my God. Is this
I-
opio?
but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Yeah. So if you did, or if you do enjoy this episode, give it a thumbs up on YouTube, and please don't forget to rate the show on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. It helps so that we can do better and improve wherever we need to improve. Also, you can find Sean on IG at cute_Sean.
Because I'm cute.
Yeah, she does a lot of food reviews and all of that. So check her out.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow us on IG, TikTok, and I think Facebook. But yeah, thanks for joining us on this episode. To the next episode. Bye.
Bye.